Yo. Sorry. Turn this down. Anyway, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. I just am trying to get rid of some treasure cards at the moment. Let's see. Because I just have a bunch of random crap that I don't need. I'll keep all of that. I'll keep that. I'll keep the fire blade. I'll keep that. I'll keep the hex. I'll keep... If I have any storm blades. Yeah, I'll keep the storm blades. But otherwise, I don't think I need any of this. Maybe spirit blade. Yeah. Anyway, this the backpack buddy thing is a very nice feature where I can just with a couple clicks sell everything that you can buy at Argylston. So anyway, good evening everybody. or morning, I guess, depending on where you're located. Chat is not black, it's just nobody was talking yet. But my camera is black because I am finishing up eating my salad. I will unblock it when I'm done, which should hopefully be soon. The bazaar has quick sell? Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all this. If you don't know about the backpack buddy thing, it's gonna take a while for people to actually understand what this is, but it is revolutionarily helpful. Okay, so let's go to the bazaar. People are scared of the bazaar. The only thing that I know of that's broken in the bazaar is reagents, but reagents has been broken. I mean, reagents have been botted for like over a year, so I don't know what the big deal is, or if there's anything other than that. I am unaware. But let's just go. Let's see. So you can just say like, hey, if anything is not able to be worn by me, I can sell it. I'm not gonna do that. This might not be bad. Sell things that are lower level than me, because chances are that would only be the Khrysalis stuff. And then, heck, duplicates, sure. Furniture, I'm not really sure yet. I'll get rid of that one. I don't need castle magic cards. And then jewels. I don't need pins that I can't use. Well, I definitely don't need duplicate pins over 6, because that's the most that you could ever have. And then sell jewels and pins by effect. Oh yeah, heck, I don't need I don't need crit pins or jewels. I don't need the mana ones. I don't need block ones. Flat damage, definitely no. Incoming healing, no. Let's see. All right, see, that's easy. Okay, so it grabbed all these that I don't need. Okay, that wasn't a whole lot, but anyway, you do that whole setup, and then next time you go, you don't have to set it again. See, all the things that I just set up are still there. So anyway, it definitely makes this whole thing nice. And then you can sell things, and I made sure that these were added, which are like ignore quintessent cores and whatnot. I get rid of seeds. Okay, cool. Anyway, that's all the stuff. It's I mean, there's definitely a lot of things to look at here, but I feel like after a while it'll be okay. I don't need music scrolls. Honestly, I don't really think I need anything here. I don't think I need any of the. Let's see. Okay, and I don't have any, so that's fine. What's taking up all my bag space? Heck. It obviously ignores anything you've locked, which makes sense. And I said not to get rid of these, but I don't really need all of this. By the way, if you want to do museuming, I will be starting that very shortly. Oh yeah, and I told it to ignore crowns items, but that makes sense. That's probably why. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I understand now what is taking up my bag space, I guess, well, more or less. I have room. I've got like 100 room. Some items don't show up, like amulets. Huh. Let me check out amulets. There's a lot of amulets in here. Are you saying like if you sell an amulet, it won't go in here? Just sell everything you own. Well. Everything looks normal to me. What else? I mean, I don't know if any of these are all that different. This is the typical stuff you'd expect. And then I know treasure cards were broken at a time, but they look fine now. And then cantrips were never in here, but it looks like people don't sell them very often, which I don't blame them. And then yeah, it's true that there's not a lot of there's nothing other than the shop reagents, but to be honest, it's been a while since that has been any different, but yeah. They do sell properly, the cantrips? Yeah, that makes sense. It's just that maybe people buy them. I mean, I don't want to sell these. I don't want to sell any of this. So, I will keep them, Fairy. Thank you very much. For the museum, you can be any school, really. I mean, I guess storms are always helpful. If you have a badge hunting character, you can use that one. All right. Okay, it looks like we have at least 4. That's good news. I will wait a little bit longer to see if anyone else shows up. Let's see. Amulets are bugged. Level 15 to 52. That's weird. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. Out of all of the things in this game that have been broken in the past, this one is the weirdest to me, as why it's received such a visceral response that it has. I could be wrong, but it seems like it's been blown quite out of proportion, especially with, I feel like with how, like, the videos I've seen about it are kind of just making it seem to everybody that that terrible stuff is happening. But anyway. Let's see. But yeah, if any of you do feel strongly about the bazaar thing, do let me know. I feel like the type of person who would, though, wouldn't be here, but I could be wrong, of course. Welcome, Octavia. New here. Hello, hello. I'm Cam. Sorry, my camera's off. I'll be on shortly. You already have the badges, so you're here just to help? Okay, cool. Are you already in the guild? We already have a storm. Well, we need, let's see, so if we have 5 again, we'll have to do a group of 2 and a group of 3. Yeah. You cannot be in 2 guilds at the same time. Yes, correct. But your characters don't all have to be in the same guild. Mine are. My fire was briefly in Ferric's guild to run some raids when the first raid came out, but other than that, let's make Debop do it. Fair enough. Yo, Debop, you want to do the museum?
Oh, hey, Cam.
I gotta work on a OneNote document. I just came here for the white noise.
Okay, fair enough. You gotta try. All right. There you go. Okay, so it looks like we'll have another 5 group today. We can do the same groups as last time, I guess. 6 would be great, but it is what it is. So where is, so Trevor was here, and Fried Shrimp, are we waiting for you? Or is that Cam Enjoyer as well? I have no idea. I don't know everybody's wizard to Discord to Twitch names.
Oh, well. And I can't exactly help because I'm already in my own guild.
Well, fair enough. That's alright. Julia Rainbow Cloud. Okay. Now we have 5. Is this this might be your storm. Alrighty, you and Trevor are a group. We doing 2 and 3. Okay. And then okay, so somebody in the guild made this super helpful spreadsheet for the Khrysalis Museum, which is great. Okay, so let's do Fort Rocky's exhibit. The 3 of us, we're gonna go to Broodmother first. And then we'll just kind of be hanging in Tyrian Gorge.
So, like, I hear Broodmother and hear Tyrian Gorge, and that makes me think you're going to Khrysalis the World, but are those, like, also locations within Khrysalis the Guild Museum?
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to Khrysalis the World.
Oh, okay. Love Khrysalis the World. Yeah,
Except questing through it. Questing through it is an absolute slog and almost 300 quests long, bro. It is twice as long as the Targa, bro.
Wait,
I won't deny it gets a bit boring at the halfway point.
Actually, I think it's the other way around. It gets good at the halfway point. Like, that's, after Ghost Dog, Khrysalis Part 2 actually feels more enjoyable because that was the time when they started being like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't make the mob health like 5,000.
Well, I meant the very middle. After that, it's like, it's good again.
Like Crescent Beach? Very middle?
Well,
Crescent
yeah,
Beach,
I would say Crescent Beach and like the side quest where you have to like get the Broodmother's crown, and yeah, I get a little bit bored at that point, but then it kind of picks back up after I go through the beach, which also happens to be the point where I go to Darkmoor.
The only bad part about Khrysalis Part 2 is there's not enough to Goat Whiteheart. He follows you to Konda Desert, and like, but after the Solar Arc, bro, he just doesn't exist. After you get your second Shadow Pip, he just doesn't exist. Bro, he's like the coolest character. We don't see him again until Caramel.
Wait, oh yeah, that is correct. And actually, that
we not
gives
see
me a
again
good
from
question.
Caramel?
So like, what
Divin
then with
Whiteheart?
some of the followers? So like,
Oh,
Divin
that.
Whiteheart, for example, your first follower gives you 50 damage and 20 resist. But like, as it goes on, the followers get weaker and weaker. Like, Pork only gives like 2 accuracy.
I don't think they give anything anymore. I think they just have.
And yeah, and then Von Trapp is literally just a cosmetic accessory.
In Lemuria, they all give you cards. I remember that.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Okay. Moon Cliffs. And in the raid, they actually go into the fight with you.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of.
That's the difference. Well, I guess Magnetic didn't want to make you OP because, to be fair, like the only time those Lemuria cards are good is when they are your companion. Like, for example, I think it's Solomon Crane. The quest version is 2 times detonate, but the normal card is just hit and detonate. I'm just like, bro, what happened? I remember in Test Realm, those cards were 14 pips.
What?
I remember that. They did like the same damage.
That's
So like the Bantam did like
wild.
300 damage and then gave the whole team a power pip. It was 14 pips.
That is too high a cost.
And they were no PvP. I remember that.
Why, we should bring back the fact that the
Wait.
mobs, the minions in the Polaris raid on Test Realm used to help you in PvP. We should bring that back.
No.
I mean, as much as I want minions back, I don't think we should specifically bring minions designed
I
for
think-
PvE.
I
Well,
think
it's
it would
level
balance out
75.
PvP. You go into PvP, you know, they set up their Scion buff for you, and you win.
Hello, Speedster. What's up? Yeah, Shadow Magic is cool. From here. Oh, crud.
Hey, Cam, so quick question. I'm actually doing a redo of my additional Celestia set, and I got an idea for the Storm, but I'm kind of stumped on like the creature I want to use for the Myth and Life spells.
What is this for? Sorry.
Celestia additional fam set.
Additional what set? Additional.
Celestia, like Celestia lore spells. So,
Oh,
like,
lore.
Definitely
I
one
missed
of
the lore.
One of them is gonna be a water mole. If we don't get a water mole, I might have to uninstall.
actually, well, no, sure, water mole is probably perfect for. Alright, I'll get a water mole. That'll
I'm
be quite
guessing,
fun.
you know, this is just a hunch, but I think the next life lore spell, guys, I think it's gonna activate 2 hot.
I really hope it does.
You know, I have
Oh,
a,
I think the next myth one will activate 3 dot, hopefully, because that poor sand troll.
bro, please.
Oh, we found a friend! We found a friend to help us with Guild Museum.
Oh, we did?
Hi, Lake. Would you like to join us? Or
So that double hot activate thing, that's actually what happens with my Azteca set thing.
What's next? Azteca and Dragonspire? Well, first it's either Croc, Marleybone, or Safari.
Well, I think if they ever want to do 2 worlds again and like they have to, and they can't make 2 lore spells of the same school, it'll have to be Grizzleheim and Celestia.
I would like to request edit permission, please. How do I do that?
Edit permission.
On this,
Alright, Blade Walker is the best person in the spiral. Just gonna say it. Bro walked up to us and said, sure, I'll help out.
someone from where?
Just a guy that saw us, joined our fight, helped us pull a 4th in.
Nice.
Yeah, we love that.
That's awesome.
That's the kind of wholesomeness you find in like halfway through the game. You don't find it at the beginning or the end. The end, people want nothing to do with you. The beginning, they're like, I'm afraid of you. Middle of the game, everyone's wonderful. That's why I bought a sub on my alt account. My treasure card account is now being used as a
What?
nostalgia trip.
I'm actually very surprised about this. Apparently,
yeah, you're
this
gonna want to one-shot that one. That one's not
this
fun.
royal guard spawned this drone, and it wasn't the brood, even though the brood mother is dead. Wow.
I may have done double buff Heckhound detonate for that one. Funny detonate strats.
Guys, I think this is a hot take, but we need to go back to the magnetic combat model where every myth mob had aftershock at a certain point.
What?
And
think that was-
they had the 6-pip frogs with dots, right?
A noble humongo frog is the name of that.
Yeah.
No, I remember one of the funniest spells he ever made was a 6-pip snow angel. That's like one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was basically just Snow Angel without the taunt, correct?
Can we
Which
bring
is
back
what Snow Angel has
taunt?
currently is right now.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I liked his combat model in the beginning. Towards the end, it got a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. The old, like the Polaris Mirage combat model was not that annoying, and then you get to Arc 4, or rather Imperia, bro, it got so annoying. They just have like the most BS spells ever. They were like, I'm gonna make a sun version of Meteor Strike, and it's gonna do triple base damage for no reason. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
You loved pre-nerf Mirage? Oh man, I don't know if I ever did that.
You want to know a sneak peek about that, Cam? Street mobs had 9k HP.
Good lord, why?
Street mobs had
I mean, I
that's
still
the-
don't think anything will top pre-nerf Khrysalis though. The balance mobs with the 6 almost 7k health that would use Nova and weakness all of you. That was just very nice.
That sounds insane.
If Khrysalis was made back then the same way, but now they would have weakening mantle on all of them. They would all have weakening mantle, and they would use raw now. And even if you did hit through your mantle, you wouldn't do damage, and it would be wonderful. That's what they should do for every single fight.
That sounds.
I mean,
Oh, we found the Roaring Raptors. I forgot they're also doing Guild Museum at the same time.
Nice. Yep.
I mean, what's it called? There's also I mean, Stormbringer lives on in making creatures do the most ridiculous things ever. I like how sometimes when I'm like, dang, it's finally nice that a challenge mode gets to be easier, like Crash or whatever, and then he'll like change something about it, and then it just makes it not fun anymore.
Oh yeah, I only recently discovered that Mother-Son in challenge mode is basically friggin' Belloc.
Yep, it is.
There was only one time I think Stormbringer ever nerfed a challenge mode that he did that I literally begged him to change. I begged him.
And it wasn't Freddy, which is unfortunate.
It was Crash, bro. It
I
wasn't
randomly
fair.
went in with these 3 people. I hope I didn't steal the spot of somebody's friend.
I just realized I can bring my treasure card account.
That's
just to bring
hilarious.
another mob.
I mean, to
Okay,
be
what is
fair,
with
I had-
this zone? I can't walk out. Should I just wait this out? I don't even know. Wait, what if I shift home?
Oh, a lot of people have been having issues with the Broodmother stuff.
Yeah, when you walk out, it has an infinite loading screen. Okay, that seemed to work. Alright, Tyrion Gorge, is the teleporter to that in Silent Market or Bastion?
should be Bastion.
Okay.
It's only Ruined Alcazar and Onward is in the Silent Market. Because
Yeah.
the one to Crescent Beach is the second one to Fort Rocky is.
Right. Okay, so Tyrion Gorge, yeah. Okay. Alright, let's
Cam, can I
do...
just thank you again for weaving? Thank you so much for it. I love it.
For what?
For weaving.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you like it.
Like Cam
I've
Enjoyer.
spent
Are
Every
you
single
Jacob?
moment. I am Jacob, that is me.
The one thing I don't like about it is the elongated amount of time it takes for me to rank up. Oh,
Not too long.
I've spent a grand total of 80 of my hours since the weaving update came out, weaving on every character. So thank you for.
Wow. Well, I got you. It gave you something to do.
I got burned out of it rather quickly.
Yeah, I
doing it
mean,
on like other characters, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm gonna take my time with it.
I did it all on my myth, like the first few days with Jack, and I just kind of.
All right, Trevor. I respect you so much that I'm gonna give you the 55% balance blade.
Oh.
Yeah, love it that all the other schools got a balance blade before balance. Yeah, balance doesn't deserve it. Storm should get the balance blade.
Yeah, that reminds me. Do you think we could ever see what I'm going to call pure balance blade, which is a spell I made up, which is balance blade, except
It's balance school.
specific to balance. Yeah,
Mm.
I just used it.
which is and this is the card for it.
Alright, I will do this. Heck, I need to just... I'm trying to use the same deck for Mother, Son, and the Guild Museum. I should just split it up.
Yes, Path B Sirens.
There's no reason for me to be doing this.
Actually, well, thanks for the recommendation of the water mole, but I'm going to need one more creature for myth.
Myth?
Oh, hold on, I
Oh,
got
it's
you.
easy, bro. The stellar protectors. That's like as mythic as you get.
Oh, yes, please.
That's as mythic as you get in Celestia. I mean, to be fair, it's not the hardest thing for Celestia, considering it combines two very, how you say, deep abysses, and kind of combines the two concepts.
The first thing I
That's what
thought
I
of was
think.
that little orange fish, the angler.
Angler? I see. I mean,
But
because
hey,
of the Mithraya rematch, I think of the angler more as a death creature, especially since the first anglers you fight are death in Crusader Empire.
What
Right,
are the
thank
schools
you.
we're missing? We're missing 3 schools.
True.
It's Life, Storm, and Myth.
Oh, don't worry, I got
Yeah.
the others. For life, I'm using a water mole, and for storm, I'm using the unused animation that is Lamia.
The Hammerheads.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm sure when Aquila comes around, we're gonna get Cold Depths Kraken. Which, by the way, is that spell only 2 pips?
Hypothermia is
Well, I know that, but when I was doing Loon Knight challenge mode, when he would use the spell, it only used an ice pip. So,
oh yeah, that one was
Yeah,
too.
yeah. For them, it's 2 pip. Their version is a moon spell that does 2 pips, and it's not even called Cold Depths Soldier. It's also called Hyperthermia.
That's just because I didn't. I didn't change it. That's just the Beast Moon name.
I mean, you changed the trap to be a percent one.
Yes, I did. But yeah, no. I mean, I changed the spell. I just didn't change the name, the display name, because you wouldn't see it unless you used Arcane Deduction, which is not a normal thing for people to do unless you're on the wiki.
I just told Corey, you can't just make an assumption.
When are we getting trained Weakening Mantle? I don't know about that one.
What a trained muzzle.
Trained
Lesser.
muzzle.
Alright, I guess final question about this Myth Lore spell. Its effect. So,
What's something Myth doesn't have?
Something Myth doesn't have? Oh, give Myth, give it a chromatic weakness. There you go. That's something Myth doesn't have. There you go. Oh, make it
something
Beguile.
within
There you go.
identity, man.
There's a bit of a reason why they wouldn't have that. But you know.
It could be hit and 2 -30 shields. There you go. 2 -30 universal shields. That won't make anyone angry.
Actually, what Myth does need is Athena to not be a worse Ether Golem.
Oh yeah, with my Aquila set, I also added Athena Path B, where you can either go with where it is now, or like lose about 80 damage in exchange for the shield to be 60% instead.
I just feel like the Athena spell is a weird thing that it no one's going to use it for its damage or for its shield.
That is true. It is in a weird in-between spot.
I mean, so was Calypso.
But-
I mean, but
Calypso's a lot better.
It's still not the worst myth spell, because all the minion spells that don't do anything are far worse than anything.
Well, sure.
I mean, hey, buff minion is broken for spell weaving. All right.
I know it is.
Minion is broken.
Is that a will cast?
No,
buff minion's the
it's an
minion
actual
balance
spell.
blade spell.
Oh,
It's a 40% balance blade spell that you can put on the weaving partner.
You,
that's
For the
true
on
for
test room, I
the
didn't know I could
company.
hit the weaving quest where you have to kill the enemies, but it says let them kill it.
Yep.
On test room, I genuinely thought you couldn't touch them or you'd have to reset. So what I did was
Ah.
I had a full passive minion buffing set. I had the 70% myth shield, I mean the 70% shield. I had the 45% minion blades. I had all sorts of stuff, and I got the rat's amulet that increased the shield amount, so I could enchant the shields for the minion.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's
I had the sharp blades for the blades.
that's
it was
certainly
fun.
one way to do it. I mean, I just kind of kill all but one and then faint stack it.
Well, I didn't know you could do that on test room initially. When I found out you could do
Yeah.
most of the work, I would go in min-max it and be like, okay, this frog makes him live with 12 health. That's good enough.
Yeah.
But it was so fun letting the minion do all the work. It did take an hour though.
So is Wings of Fate damage and heal surpassed by other options? Are they? I don't know. Probably.
I think they're valued okay because it has an initial hit, initial heal, and also it heals a decent amount. I think it was initially bad, but I think it's usable now.
There is one guy who hates it. Who's been in here
I
a
hate
lot.
it. I hate it for the amount.
Oh
of
yeah, no, it
time
is this
I've
guy.
done.
Yeah,
I
what's
hate it
the
because
main
it's
reason?
so
Is it
fun.
just because it has since it
The
split up the
PvE,
dot?
I think the PvE version has
Right.
the split dot.
All of them have the split dot, right?
Not regenerate.
Oh, Regenerate Space version doesn't have a split
Oh,
dot. It's-
sure, yeah, but what's the downside of the split dot for PvE?
Well, they take longer in terms of, well, basically they tick one at a time slowly, and that's what makes them somewhat less desirable.
Well, they
Then
should be
the
sped up
single-
if there's more than one, I believe.
I don't think that's the case for all of
It's not
them.
noticeable though. It really isn't. They need to have fast combat like they do on Pirate, or better yet, bugged fast combat like they have when you summon the Minotaur minion and it hits Pirate.
Yeah, that's still not fixed, I assume.
I recall Hawk said that he didn't want to fix it. So
I mean, heck,
But
I
It
don't.
was a
feel
hit.
like it takes
it's an Easter egg.
it takes forever for split dots. It takes forever whenever you are hitting into resist and you manage to surpass a brace or a stabilize because you have to see the pierced part twice
Yeah,
per dot. Very annoying.
that is true.
I think some bugs in Wiz and Pirate are good because there's those 3% people that speedrun and they just love it. Not exploit bugs, but like just bugs. Like the speedy Minotaur one is just a nice, funny thing.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like in most speedrunning cases, though, any exploitation of the physics engine is probably like the most common.
Yeah, I don't know if they allow Minotaur thing in any
Minotaur,
pirate
like the
speed
category
runs.
thing.
But I have sped run the game more or less, and it was a lot. I would not recommend it. I went from 0 to end of content in pirate in like a week and a half or 2 weeks. I don't know. It
I just realized you're fighting the taking tree, bro. 3 of them.
was. Yep. The OG.
I was actually surprised that his model is not the updated one, but the Withering Weed, the minions do have the updated model.
Speaking of taking forever, when is Power Nova getting faster? Power Nova is one of the fastest things.
Oh, I actually think it would be like creatively, it'd actually be ridiculously easy. Like that big sun where it goes wah wah wah. When it does that weird exploding thing, it just becomes 4 separate suns.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it could be done. It's just about priority. Like I would do Snow Angel first. That one's longer.
I would say the longest of all right now is Steel Giant or Iron Curse.
That is true. That is true.
That's why it was changed to Scald in the Aeon of Adamus fight.
What?
What, you never knew that? That the dog used to have Iron Curse and it was changed to Scald because of animation?
That is actually accurate, yeah.
Wow. And I don't know how, I'm not sure how difficult it would be since Frost Giant already has, like, it's based on the same thing and it already has a hit all animation.
It might not be too hard.
Compared to all
Look at
other
that.
7 pips. Well, yeah, so I'm just saying, like, out of all of the ones that didn't get changed to AoE all at once. So there's Power Nova, Earthquake, Raging
Barrage.
Bull, Snowball Barrage.
I
There is
actually
actually a
have...
slower spell though. There's a way slower spell than any of these.
What's that?
Dimensional Shift.
Well, that is just the slowest spell ever designed.
It
It converts all hanging effects on one person, and it's basically a swap all to everything, except it does it one effect at a time.
it's I mean that's what Earthquake used to do. Did it way back when Earthquake was so slow that it even removed stuns. My favorite thing to do, you know that the moat, the pox in Dragonspire? Those bosses in the Plaza of Conquest that have those 2 little poxes, those little dust
Yes,
fairies,
the protection pox that shield every
spam
turn.
shields.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do ever was to like AFK for like an hour or 2 and come back and then Earthquake. That was my favorite thing ever. Because when you came back, you would have like an hour of content to watch.
Wow.
You should make everything in Wiz that slow. I think that's a good idea. I think that will reverse the brain rot that people have nowadays and make them more patient. I think that's the way.
Well,
That or
I
everyone
have
will stop playing Wiz. Either one, I'm not sure.
I have played so many games, and I live under the concept of letting animation shine is a huge DPS decrease. I live by that motto. I absolutely cannot. If I can skip animations,
So
I
guys, now that I've done a whole new set, I guess you guys can be the first to like see this. Alright, here we are. Grizzleheim Celestia additional spells.
I like the horror spell thing.
The horror spell?
I didn't see that earlier.
So,
I believe in you. You can get it. You can kill it. I just realized it's unfortunate. Weaving into Storm, you get the 55 blades if you sharpen it. Weaving into Balance, you get the small 35 blades.
yeah,
Hold
would-
on.
Unfortunate. They just don't want Balance to get a 55% blade.
actually, yeah, that is confusing. So, like, Storm's Weaving Blades are 2 pips, but Balance's Weaving Blades are only 1 pip. Why is that?
That's why.
Let's try this. All right.
Almost
Power Nova doesn't
done.
have fast AoE. That is true. Yeah, I mean it is true, but it's like I said, out of all the AoEs, it's still one of the fastest ones. But granted, you do use Power Nova more than the others, probably.
Yeah, like I think it's probably the most used, especially compared to like like Nested Fury, Sandstorm, and probably especially Raw. Like I will use it often, but like it's not exactly the most hard hitting.
Wouldn't you use Rainbow Serpent?
Rainbow. Oh yeah, Rainbow Serpent. I use that. Well, honestly, I think I see Rainbow Serpent. Well, yeah, I think I see it about half the time and Power Nova the other half of the time.
I remember when Rainbow Serpent was changed. It used to be 7 pips. Oh my.
No, it used to just have 2 different school pips.
Yeah, it was technically a 1-pip spell. So if there was ever a boss that only let you use 1 pip, you could have used it.
Oh yeah, you needed 2 school pips.
Yeah, you just needed the Death and Storm.
2 turns.
But isn't the PvP version still 1 pip technically?
Yeah, it's the bottom path does do that.
there
The
you
reason
go.
the top was changed because you can't do it turn 1.
I mean, really, the people that were complaining just didn't beast moon enough, so they didn't upgrade their Sandstorm max. That's all.
There you go.
Bro, Sandstorm is like the weakest of the AoE.
I love it.
Of course,
I
other than
love
Blizzard.
nothing more than upgrading all those spells.
Can we-
I grinded Beast. I love Beast Moon. I grinded the Beast Moon, got most of it, and then when Portal Peril came out, and it kept resetting that 1 week where it reset like twice. Every time it reset, I kept doing it over and over again. I got like 8,000 coins because all I was doing that day was just Portal Peril non-stop. And I'm like, I hope I don't get banned. I just want to keep doing Portal Peril, but I keep getting more coins. Because they keep resetting it.
Moondust on Madame Magda.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. So, like, I've heard people say that Portal of Peril is coming very soon, like, in
28th.
a few days.
3 days.
Yeah.
I'm back. What gauntlet is it? Anyone know?
Hopefully it's going to be the Grand Tourney Arena. That's the one that we didn't really get, but
I would
I've
like
heard
to
rumors
see-
of other things.
I'm weirdly interested to see Winterbane Hall be the answer.
I don't know if they're gonna do that one yet. They don't want to take the Mega Snacks.
Well, it's older than Sinbad, so it's fair game. As long as it's older than Sinbad, it's in the Portal of Peril rotation.
So you're saying we're not gonna get the Unforgiving Dead in Portal Peril?
Not yet. And no Doomsday Croc either.
I don't think people could handle the Nightmare in Portal Peril. I feel like people will just end up swearing at each other. I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. They'll just all die at that boss that one-shots you pretty much, and then they'll just get mad at each other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Bro.
the mark for Portal of Peril was
Non-craftable gauntlets.
Sinbad and earlier, at least for a while. So
Sinbad is
Bro,
great though.
I don't know why Stormbringer thought it was a good idea where I'm going to make a boss, but it's going to be in the middle of the gauntlet and it's going to remove 90% of your HP for no reason.
what
Oh,
is that the
Like,
the Sultan?
Very
That's
sorry to
the-
disrupt,
That's Dr. No. That's the first time you fight him. Before you fight
Oh
the molded-
yeah, that
Wait,
one.
Doctor-
Yeah, I still have to do a
isn't
few more of
Dr.
those
No in
runs, I
Pirate?
think. Or did I finish that one?
Dr. No is in Pirate.
I forget if I finished that badge. I kind of want to check now.
I didn't. I need 25 more runs.
Everyone return to the guild house.
That was the one time. That gauntlet is the one time I've ever used Castle Magic, where I changed it to where the sigil is, instead of being in front of the gauntlet, it's on the dock, and it looks so cool.
Wait, that's the thing you can do?
Yeah, I had to increase the size rather specifically, and so the sigil is on the dock.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I
get rid of
did
that.
something like that too. My Winterbane Hall and my Sinbad thing at my Grizzleheim house are like within the water.
You finished
I
the non-extra
originally
credit
had-
one? Oh heck yeah!
And I originally had a thing where like you had to rise the Sinbad gauntlet out of the water by going all the way up to the waterfall,
Mhm.
but I later scrapped that and just kind of right there.
I want another Grizzleheim Gauntlet so badly, bro. I know we
Don't we have like
main.
3?
No, that's Avalon. You're thinking of Avalon.
Okay.
So guys, sorry to disrupt, but what do you think of these like additional lore spells I sent in the chat?
Breaker should just be the 7-pip one. That way I can go into team up and then use it, and people want me to just log out instead. I
split
once-
AoE hit and maybe. Okay, I see it's 4 and a.
Can we not have another 5-pip myths lore spell? I'm actually gonna beg on my hands and knees.
Like, what's wrong with Myth having? Oh wait, yeah,
So-
it probably has a lot.
We finally, I'm pretty sure Hero Chrysalis was actually 4-pip for like a brief moment, but I could be. No, that was a light
Bro,
one. That was a
insane.
light one. But can you name more than one lore spell that's? Well, I mean, Ninja Pig was 5. I'm counting it as 5. Just because you changed it doesn't mean it wasn't 5-pip. Can you name one other than the Reckonetten and the Splash Watch? Even though Splash is technically also a 5-pip spell.
Bro, my favorite lore spell ever, Keeper of the Flame, bro.
Right, I forgot about it because myths don't use that. We use Apocalypse, while Fires use Keeper of the Flame.
What?
Dude, I love Keeper, bro. I love Keeper so much.
Keeper of the Flame does so little damage that the trap, you might as well just use the 4-pip Splash instead.
Okay, so actually, I just realized the question relating the spells I made. So like, one of them, with the balanced one, is a triple hit, but the triple hit is with the Astral Schools. Do you think that even makes sense to be in the game?
Oh,
No, but I love it.
I don't know. Well, not really. You can't defend or buff it really. So I'm not
Just
sure about
add
that
triple-
one.
Just add triple power shield to the ice.
Um,
There you go.
Taunt we might
Problem
not.
solved.
Taunt might not end up on ice ultimately.
Taunt? You might take away taunt from ice.
What?
Maybe. And
You're
then
gonna give- you're really
no.
gonna double down on giving it to life for target manipulation? That's gross.
There's no
Ew.
Oh, come on! I literally,
Ew.
like literally, one of these spells is a hit and taunt for ice. It's
yeah,
like,
that's what
like
made
with
me.
what do
even-
you-
What are you gonna do to the Carmel spell? The most
Yeah,
important
bro.
spell in the game.
Shatterhorn. Shatterhorn. Oh.
Yeah, what? Like, what are you gonna do? Like turn it into a weakness, a 2-round stun, a
What are you gonna
burst hit?
actually
What's gonna
Son,
happen?
whoa.
What are you gonna turn the ice skull into if it's not a tank? Is it just gonna be another DPS? We're gonna make it storm now? Is that what we're gonna do?
Wait, what does? I mean, ice can be a tank still, without taunt. I mean-
you just need to make triple
I
protected absorbs.
mean-
That's all.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
I really feel like I should be trying to get enemies to hit specifically it more to avoid hitting the more squishy people. I mean, that like with the Shadow Sentinel intercept thingy.
yeah, bro, I'm about to say, like, if I'm an ice and I have a storm on my team who's hitting, he hits the first time. Well, now the AI is gonna get angry at the storm, not the ice who's face tanking everything. Can't really do that.
We need to take into account aggro of the enemies, which since
Like, think of the Hawk rematch, for example. Like, we had to go through so many extra steps to make sure our hitter was not hit.
That is true. Ice is trash. Oh yeah, there was a video I saw recently where someone was saying that they didn't like the Frost Giant buff because Ice's identity is being bad at hitting. So that's an interesting take there.
Oh, had to be trolling.
You'd think, but no.
that reminds me. So I discovered that under current calculations, the Fire Dragon is overtuned even for an overtuned 7-pip AoE.
It's the overtime.
Yes.
I mean, it's
because the overtime is actually significantly stronger than it should be.
well,
By a little bit. It should be dealing like 330 instead of 435.
Don't
but
show them
while still
Frost
keeping the
Giant
same
Jarl.
500.
Nerf Fire Dragon, everyone. You heard it here first. Nerf Fire Dragon.
I mean, I don't think they'll do anything that reduces the damage of like no PvP spells ever again.
Yeah, bro. Give me my one.
take
pip
away
set.
all damage from every ice spell and make it pure utility defense. That would make everyone happy. Yes. It would have
While we're at
identity,
it,
guys.
And while we're at it, let's make every misspell a minion.
Yeah, yeah,
Better than what
exactly.
they've been doing. That's better than what they've been doing.
Hey, if it was an RPG where you are always part of a team and you can't solo, then maybe that would be possible. But
Whatever
that
you
is
do,
not
if
the
it's not a
game.
bomb dot, I will support it, Cam. If it's a bomb dot, I will go to bed crying again.
Oh wait, I just remembered one really unique concept I had. It's something to like interact with the fact that dots and traps don't work together. Where is it? Oh yes, it's this thing called Fan the Flames, which is one pip spell that adds 1 round and adds 20% extra damage to a single dot.
The reason why they don't
talking
go
about the
together
dot
is
traps?
it's because the traps themselves will become uncounterable. Like in Beast Moon, like if I was to place a dot, every trap in Beast Moon is universal, and so you basically don't have a chance to counter said trap.
Yeah, and I mean the trap and dot interaction in Beast Moon is hecka helpful, actually.
Well, I meant outside of Beast Moon. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of had this more in mind for like regular play.
Sure.
Well, apparently adding rounds or extending dot spells like break the game. I don't know why, but they do.
Only with protection, which is what is wrong with
Blast off.
Blast off. Yeah. Are we gonna figure this out? Get on the sigil. Oh,
We
no.
do Ghost Fighter. We love
Wait,
Ghost Fighter in this household.
That's why Blast Off is the best fire spell ever. Yeah, for sure. Well, let's just see.
Actually, that reminds me. So, Blast Off, given you can only use it as like jab, I honestly, and it's a bomb. I genuinely believe that its utility could be updated to, if your health is above half, then it just detonates immediately.
Oh my god, it's the
The
fire.
Fire Draco
Draconian.
spell?
Yeah, the Fire Dragon.
We
That's
love
the
the
Fire
Fire
Dragon.
Draconian Wyvern, bro. Remember when that spell was 3 pips? Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
the, yeah.
Gross.
Retrospectively, that mechanic is busted, which is why we haven't
Oh,
used it again.
Death Wolf. Death Wolf.
Yeah.
I will beg for this. Instead of getting rid of the pips for the 2-pip 250s, make the 250s 200. We all would love it. The utility of having 3 pips is nice. The
Yeah, just make-
2-pip 200s are fine. We
Oh, wait,
just want-
actually, I just remembered something else. I showed a friend this minion, and they said that if it were to exist, it would be a little too strong. So, like, I guess to review, if you guys, do you think this would be a minion that's too good? This thing I made up, which is the Chill Angler.
Alright. We're getting rid of the stun, bro. That's number 1.
Stun. Well, oh wait, this stun is actually like unable to be cast in advance.
Well, I know that. I'm still getting rid of it.
All right.
It's kind of retrospectively. I mean, everyone thinks stuns are useless in PvE, anyways. I mean, look at Frost Giant. Anyone in chat here uses Frost Giant for the stun, or do you use it for the 570 AOE
The mob,
damage?
the
Both.
mobs definitely do.
Yeah, it's annoying to be on
Yeah,
the
I
receiving
mean,
end of it.
In the rare chance the boss is stunnable, it actually is useful.
Can you post a bug TC spell that's funny? Sure. I must have
Oh, yeah, I
missed
just remembered.
I
There's
missed
this
the
one
chat.
I spell called Sakui Thief, where its text says 2 times Gambit weakness for 0 healing over time.
But this
Then deal unspecified damage.
this minion is like kind of bloated. What I'd probably do is I'd make it have weakness, tower shield, and then V-Plague, Legion shield. And that's really all you need. You could just get rid of everything else, really.
Talking
That
about
way.
the Bob, do you think that when they add minions back, that the myth minions are gonna have heals, or are they going to just be like purely just like myth fuel and taunt?
Well, every minion, I'm assuming minions are going to be very similar to how they are in Beastmoon, where they serve one purpose, right?
The only issue with that is it's gonna go back to how minions used to be, where the life minions and the balance minions were just better than the myth minions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of do like minions with like somewhat bigger.
I mean, think about it like this angler minion. If it casts Jin's Vexation, it's not gonna do anything. If it doesn't
Be
have
right
a
back,
weakness.
guys.
We
I
know-
gotta
Wait,
go
that's
do
where
some
the
kitchen.
AI comes in. That's where its AI comes in. With its bottom section where it doesn't cast Jin's Vexation at all until a weakness is placed on it.
Cam, can your is the AI capable of doing that?
I mean, the minions in the Polaris raid set up their own gambit, so I'm sure they can do it.
I don't know Wiz AI like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know either, but there is this whole AI section that I guess you didn't read since I had to specify that.
I skim. That's how I get by.
Oh, alright. But yeah, basically it saves all of its clear weakness spells for when you actually have a weakness on you. And it prevents itself from attacking at all if there's a trap on the enemy.
Welcome back, Cam.
Oh wait,
Hey,
Cam was
I
away?
just went to put the dishwasher on.
Okay.
Yeah, any chance was that pack that just came out, if you're allowed to say, the pack that's gonna get a gauntlet later?
What pack that's coming out?
The Shadow
Shadows,
pack
yeah.
that just came out.
Oh no,
I would
no.
say no, because you don't get gauntlet reagents from it. Like,
That's
you
what
do.
I was saying. Everyone was yelling at me saying that I was wrong.
Well, you can
Cam,
you can tell them. Well, the dev told me you were wrong, so
Wow.
they deserve to be yelled at.
That means I have to
Cam,
open
so-
more packs for the housing items.
Hmm.
Time to drop another $100.
So Cam, I didn't know you were away, but now that you're back, I actually want to now ask you. I got my opinion from Debop and Jacob, but do you think this minion? What do you think of this angler minion I did?
Let's see.
I said that the deck was a little bloated.
It
didn't
definitely
really
has a lot of utility.
Yeah.
Like ramps and stuff. It seems.
And there's this AI section which tells you like its behavior and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's doing a lot. Like Debop did say, I heard a little bit of it. They'll probably be more streamlined in what they do, rather than being just like a enemy
All-in-one.
that you have on your team.
Kind of like how the Path B
But-
minions that Myth currently got, like the Golem Taunt Enchant and the Path B Cyclops is.
So-
so it is.
I mean, and just kind of how the Golem minion is, I guess, which is just do a 1-pip hit every turn.
Yeah, I mean, that's the good old reliable Golem minion, though.
Good old
Don't-
reliable. And Beastmoon minions, yeah. I don't know. We haven't fully solidified how we're gonna do minions, but it would involve quantifying how much value you get from it every turn.
You know,
It's
that
in a
sounds
lot of I don't know if you guys play a lot of other games, but in a lot of RPGs, the myth equivalent, like the person who summons things, is just
Summoner,
always
yeah.
best, just because having another player on the field that can cast its own stuff is just super valuable.
I was gonna say Terraria, bro. You don't have to do anything.
I honestly think that the minions, like I guess using this angler guy as an example, is the guy that will mainly like put on effects that can help you clear or gambit off of.
Yeah, of course. So like a version, like, so if you imagine a minion that had like 3 spells versus 10, you know, because like I said, if it could, the more it can do, the more value it can give to you. Which is I don't know. It's kind of it's not impossible that something like this could exist. I just again. We one day, like, I feel like maybe over a year ago at this point, we went and had ideas for how to do minions, but it's been a while, so I don't remember exactly.
Is there any
how
hope
we're
for a
doing
minion rework this year?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I'd say if you could at least like put their spells in.
It involves a few things.
I mean, obviously the scaling with stat stuff is a little yikes on the tech end.
There's a few things about minions that we want to solve with the tech end.
Like you're saying that the value should be, rather than like their own stats, should instead be the amount of spells they can do.
Well, it's a combination of them, because and things like how many pips it starts with, how much health it has, and what's the spells it can cast. So the AI and spell part is one of the factors, of course. And if we have any spell that just removes a minion, then that kind of caps how high value we make them. For example, like if we give you a 10 pip minion that has 10,000 health, that could be super useful. But if somebody has a remove minion card, then you're never gonna cast that.
I think the Sanji is like the limit we put minions on at 6 pips.
Maybe even lower than
bro.
that, but
You wouldn't.
Like, I know the Sanji is like not even PvP allowed, but I feel like 6 is the highest a minion should ever go.
I was about to say, Legacy animate anyone?
Legacy animate 14 pip minion.
And well, I have like tinkered around with some minion things like my own Wisteria spell, which is called Emit the Pig Beast. A bit of a goofy name because it's like a pig cosplaying a boot. But basically it's a hit and steal minion.
Bro, I came up with that hilarious idea. Oh my god. I was like, bro, could you imagine the minion just walked across the combat sigil?
Honestly, I kind of imagined it more like how overtimes move around, where the minion will like rapidly spin and into like the other position.
But the idea stemmed from because I was playing Beast Moon. I was playing Fire Rat against a Fire Rat, and the Fire Rat has a spell that expels a minion to summon your minion. But since I was fighting a Fire Rat, it was the same minion. I was like, bro, I just hit him with Steel Minion.
Now what? Actually, that probably makes more sense. Like the minion literally like slides across the field and then turns towards its original team.
Is it Stormbringer assigned to working minions? At some point it was, but that was before I became spell owner, so we'll see. And also before he is spending a lot of time on pirate. So
yeah, actually another minion question I have is, with myth weaving, could we potentially see like one of the myth weaving spells being minions?
A minion for everyone?
Yes.
It's possible, sure.
Cool.
The best.
Alright, if you do that, Cam, the minions have to be part myth for all of them, but also the school that they're weaving from.
It's also, I mean, right? It's also, yeah, sure, but also it's a possibility. Say, a myth that goes into life gets a healing minion. There you go.
That'd be nice too.
Right.
I heard Rapier said he wanted to add healing pins to death, ice, and myth, which would be nice, because I mean,
sure.
Except for that one guy that heals as myth, I don't think much myth heal, but it's still nice to have an option.
Yeah, that would be very kind to do.
I also get yelled at whenever I have a set shield pin in IPVP. Oh, you set for me? No, this is just what I have for raids. There's Quetzals in the Azteca raid, and I hate them. I'm sorry, I'm not setting for balance, I swear.
I love totals.
The Kodos are awful,
Bro,
and I hate them. They're everywhere.
That raid still needs a couple tweaks, bro. When is Ix's cheat gonna go off at 3 hots?
I have done 4 Goda raids in the past month and a half, and if I can say one thing that I'm glad we're not having in the Polaris raid is rain is awful, and the fact that you can lose a grand total of 12 hours of your life due to rain just saying nope, I don't think so, is not a good game mechanic. It's not. This is specifically Gatekeeper, by the way. Crying Sky I can beat easily, but the more important part is you have to get 12 people that are all not hitting any wisps, because if they hit a wisp and they get rained on, it's game over. You're forced to go into the rain for Goda, which is just awful.
You are for the sprite.
Yeah, and that's what usually causes the problems on Gatekeeper.
Oh, I actually just remembered. Well, this is more of a fan thing. Could we ever see lore spells in the future that go above 4 pips plus the school pip?
It's possible. So I think the reason why they hadn't in the past was for, I guess, low, like any level kind of person can use them. Since we added school pips, it kind of said, okay, anyone 15 and above, because that's when you can get your first school pip if you want it. But then, like those people don't really have power pips, which is kind of why they've been low. But I mean, we could push maybe 7 total. Maybe I don't know if we would want to go much higher than that. But one thing I'm wondering is, would anybody want to see one lower? We tried one with the Burrower pack. That was 3, I think, at the Storm one, right?
Yes, it was like
The issue is
We
it's
could
like
technically go even 2 if we
nothing.
wanted. What's
Yeah,
that?
It's a cool spell, but no storm is really going to be healing, at least in PvE, and it's not PvP relevant, so just no one's going to use it.
Yeah,
I mean,
extending hots might
yeah,
need
it
to.
feels more like it was meant for life, and like even though I have a whole separate Storm Drain that steals a hot, I think Storm Dithyram could have been a steal hot spell, since steal hot is like outright absent from the game now.
Steel Hot would. I don't think Steel Hot would be Storm, because doesn't Storm
It
have
is.
It would be Storm, yeah.
Does it have a Storm? Have it? They have a destroy. But
Jin, they have. I mean, they don't have a straight steal, but the closest you have is Jin's Vexation and King Artorias.
Well, Jin's Restoration is.
Oh yeah, Restoration, not Vexation. Vexation is ice.
There's also what is it? The Storm Minnow that steals a hot. Granted, it's
and
Beast
Beast
Moon,
Moon.
but
Yeah. Beast Moon.
Yeah, like the stealing
Oh, the
hot
two
death guys
Yeah.
that steal. There are death forms that steal hots, but I think that was like before
yeah, that
they
was
fully
Legacy.
established the rules.
Yeah. Legacy plus Death Croc.
Are you going
Yeah.
to go back-
Well,
And- well, actually, no,
Death
Death
Croc
Wolf
is still
too.
Legacy, even though it was me who designed it. I was,
Death Wolf.
think
That's
our spell creation rules were still, I mean, they still kind of are being changed and stuff.
That's just so weird though, because back then it used to be like, hey, let's add new spells to these schools who never had them before because they need it. To, yep, you're only getting these spells, little bro.
Yeah.
Like with
I mean-
the Caramel Lemuria spells, Magnetic really wanted to try new mechanics, which I don't think many of them were fondly liked. Mainly the Lemuria ones with like Lord of the Jungle
Yeah.
and old ones
Lord-
Endgame, I guess. I mean the old one's Endgame now is worse, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Old One's Endgame is definitely like Nested Fury does way more damage than it, and I honestly think that Old One's Endgame should be updated to like basically a spirit overtype version of Nested Fury that has one set of damage rather than 3 separate values.
Nested Fury's damage feels like how much the PvE version should be doing. But I think
So our push steal spells only go into the schools that both counter and create them. Yeah. So
Yes.
Steel Ward would be a myth thing, and push trap a fire thing, and yeah.
Death would have
Yeah.
Steel Charm, which
Push
is
that
nice.
out of life
See,
thing.
that's the nice thing about Death is for their lore spells, you literally could make a spell that steals and then hits, and then you can make a spell that hits and then steals. That's like literally 2 free spells right there.
That's quite literally one I made just now, like the Death Grendel, where it has like it steals, turns it into a Death Blade, and then hits, or it's B Path, which hits, then does the steal and convert.
Convert.
Well, oh yeah, but I mean,
It's one of those like
Yo,
one of those like paradoxical.
thanks for the 2-month
effects, kind of like
sub there, Jacob.
okay,
Kinda
well,
like-
I started thinking that, well, outside of gambits and clears and all, stealing blades isn't gonna be that great unless it literally is a blade of your school or a balanced blade.
Well, remember from spell weaving, even if you steal a blade that may not have value to you at the current moment, like take for example, if I have a spell that steals and then hits, and then I have a spell that hits and then steals, I could use the hit and then steals to then leverage that blade as a death to do something else, like Wraith or I don't know, Path B King Art, which by the way I have never seen a single soul use. By the way,
Which
has anyone
which
ever
school?
used it? Death.
No, but they should. They're sleeping on it, I
It's-
think.
What is
It's Gambit 4 blades for 55 towers.
What spell?
Is that what it is? Let's see.
Death King Art, or no, I think it's 50 towers. It's 50 towers. Could someone check that? Death King Art.
Okay.
All right. So we finished this one. Now we gotta go find Sakars. Where is he?
I was wrong about the friendly people halfway through the game. Oh my god.
Let's find him.
Jacob, flee. My boy needs it here. Trevor, no thank you. No one asked.
There's a Valiant Ruby Eagles, but I don't know if it's them. Yeah, there is one of those.
Valiant Ruby Eagles should not be toxic. I know them. They're AFK and the bees move a lot though. Are they doing guild exams?
I think the only toxic guild I've heard of is this Kittens Guild.
There's another.
There is
Yeah, I don't know
Valiant
if
Eagles
there's-
too. I have spotted them before.
Valiant Eagles too. Yeah, that's cool. Are they? Do they have what's it called? Are they on the guild achievements anywhere?
I know Valiant Ruby Eagles got Gold Guild Museum because they asked. me
There's
to come
Gold
along for it,
Museum
but
and
no.
completing the Polaris raid.
It's the Polaris raid wins for some reason add 1. So whatever it is, it's -1.
Oh, that's
It's
fine.
double.
Hey,
Oh, it's double.
so
So it's counted really weird. If you complete the raid like properly, it counts as 2. If you kill both enemies, it counts as 1. But if you're like not correctly,
What are we
or
looking
something, like it's,
for?
I don't know exactly how it works. It does not seem like it's working correctly because it.
Hatchery Cave. Where is that?
Hatchery Cave is in Tyrion Gorge. It's actually right next to where we are from teleport to us. Pretty sure. That's the one with the eggs, right?
No, not that one. Oh wait, maybe it's this.
Or right here.
Yeah. Maybe it's here. Aha, it is this one. All right.
I may have
Oh,
killed 4 guilds already with Guild Museum.
so quick question: could we ever see this spell become like actually trainable?
Let's see.
Incapacitate. Incapacitate train. It'd be a death spell though. Destroys
Maybe
a
yeah.
hive.
It would be.
Well-
It would be probably a death spell. It could technically be a.
When are we gonna get a
that's
2
cool.
pip,
Well,
3 shield clear
I
spell?
mean,
from him?
I think the incapacitate might just be a storm spell mainly because triage, the spell that removes a dot, is life.
Yeah, it could be on. Honestly, the best thing would be if both. So like, if I don't know. So Myth has Shatter, but technically, Fire could also have Shatter. we tried to make it so that no school is better at countering their counter than the other, just so that there's a choice you can make. But
That's why you have them. Most of them have been 2 pips, and you put them at they're kind of for everyone to learn.
yeah, so impair.
Because with school pips, it really doesn't matter too much. I haven't seen anyone complain that ice has impair and that myth has purge.
If there was
Right.
one spell in the entire game I would change, it would be Path B Count Croak. I would change it to Chromatic Traps. I would lower the percent.
Well, I wouldn't do chromatic traps. Maybe I'd make them ice traps or universal traps.
I prefer Chromatic because the spell itself requires a Myth pip, and Myth gets Chromatic Traps, right? At least to the rules that exist in the live game. I don't know if they've changed since. Rather, the opinions of them have changed since. But
Well-
because, like, take for example, Path B Rainbow Serpent. It gets chromatic because of the school pips it's tied to, right? You get the chromatic blades from Storm and the chromatic weaknesses from Death. So I think that Path B Count Crocula should have chromatic traps. Probably be 30 traps instead of 50 traps, what it is now.
You know what? I think that could apply to a lot of the Wallaroo Nova spells that have hanging effects. Well, probably
I'd keep
Lin-
Wabagong the way it is. I would keep
Wabagong. Honestly, I agree, but I'm thinking more like Brave Storm and Van the Bandit.
Oh, to give chromatic blades.
Don't get them changing too many spells again. They're gonna make Khrysalis impossible.
Well, you can't even use Gravestorm and Khrysalis because Gambiting's not allowed. It's only clear.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like there's not a lot of chromatic buffs left. You get rid of all the chromatic buffs, and then like at that point, literally
We were adding chromatic buffs. What are you talking
They don't want chromatic buffs. They want to get rid of them.
This is true, Cam. You want to get rid of like
When
the coolest
At a
When
certain
they
on counters, yes. I think on gambits we were keeping them
can you
for now.
Oh,
I
so
think-
Gambits are allowed to be chromatic, but clears aren't.
Yeah,
think
and it was like up to a certain rank. Like we didn't get rid of.
King Art or Myth King Art.
Yeah, Myth King Art. Like
Like,
if it's
that
super
reminds me, like,
high, we
Echo,
figured there was
which
enough.
I think our balance is equivalent of a clear.
Because what we were
would
what
that-
we were
Would
seeing
that be
with
allowed to be chromatic, like what we see with Spectral Blast?
maybe yeah. So well, that one is I don't know about that one. But anyway, what we were seeing with Stormzilla and Triton was basically just everyone packed them, and it was just you got so much value from it, and it wasn't really meeting our goals with
but
it.
the issue with I mean, I don't PvP too much anymore because if I win, I get ported. If I lose, I get caught anew. So it's not a win-win for me, and I also just
Well,
really,
yeah,
I PvP'd
there's some toxicity.
I did age 1 through 4 for over 12 years of my life, and I'm fine if I don't PvP anymore, personally.
Did you see what I said
I've
about
been there,
off-school
done that.
counters? No, I did not. Let me look
My
for
main
it.
concern is the balancing of PvP around the other mechanics of the game, such as raids, advanced combat. So things like Freddy getting affected by other balancing changes. Khrysalis is a big one. I've had to remake the Khrysalis strats that I've had like 7 or 8 times. Actually, I have to remake it again because for some reason, this most recent update, Shrike now makes it so all of your buffs are removed if you use it in Khrysalis. So thanks for that.
What? Wait, Strike removes every single buff you have if you use it?
In Khrysalis now, if you use Shrike on that fight, he will remove all of your buffs, which is not what happened before. That's what.
Why?
Wait, if you strike, he removes all your buffs. That's kind of.
That's what I was told by Roaring Raptors. I haven't done Polaris since.
Wait,
the
is
update.
that not intended?
That sounds random to me.
Please.
I feel like, I mean, obviously getting the blade, but using Shrike, like actually.
Yeah, the
using
extra
Shrike?
blade would get removed, and that's totally fine. But supposedly, I could find you the screenshot. I saw it in Roaring Rappers. They pinged a bunch of people, and they were like, "Oh yeah, if you strike, it removes all of your blades now." I said, and it's not just like it removes the extra blades that you wouldn't roll. It's not like it removes the extra blades; it removes all of the blades apparently.
Okay.
I'll let you know next weekend. I plan on doing a Polaris raid, but that's what I was told. I don't see any reason for them to lie, especially when they were panicking. But if that's a bug,
Yeah, there was also a really weird thing at Khrysalis that, like, someone said, like, some spell he didn't remove the blade for whatever reason. So I don't know that one. Yeah.
There's some things that don't get removed. There's also some outside cards that show up invisible. So you'll make a mistake, or you'll just reset the run because it didn't send, and you'll realize later on that it did send.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Good night.
See ya.
I'm just very fascinated with whiz bugs.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird ones.
Are there any other?
Got patched a few months ago. If you ran at a certain angle on the watery docks, like the entrance, it would let you walk into the water, and you could just walk on water. But I'm pretty sure it's patched. I can't do it anymore. It's really sad. I think I have a mark still in the water on one of my characters, but no longer. Very sad. No longer can pretend to be Jesus.
Hey guys, you remember my for my, what was it, my second Devversary stream? I did the Beast Moon thing, and then like a week after that, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you should do this for spells." And then Artie was like, "Yeah, we need to do that." And then that never happened. And I was like, I'll do it in my next one if we never get it together. And it seems like it's actually coming up, isn't it? I think my Devversary thing is like in February, right? February like 20th or something like that.
It's the 16th.
16th? Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well,
so here's how you remember it.
Valentine's Day plus
his Devversary is my birthday, and his anniversary is Jax's birthday.
I do know that. So well, luckily I know
funny.
that, like, I don't remember my Devversary date very well, but you remember your birthday, so I'll just ask you, like, hey D-Bob, when's my Devversary? So it's a Sunday. Okay.
So what I'm hearing is we gotta get Bebop present.
Well, so
Bebop, I heard you want that Miku car. Thoughts?
Bro, I want that car so badly, bro.
So
I want to know who drove that car.
So that means I need to come up with a stream where I go over how spells are made. I don't know. That's gonna take a while to set up. Let me tell you, because it's complicated. It's more complicated than the Econ one and more complicated than the Beast Moon one. So that'll be fun.
I get to learn the true weight of a weakness and why Ifrit is allegedly overvalued, even though it was allegedly balanced in 2020. Allegedly.
Yeah. Should I invite Artie to the stream as well? He probably would want to be there. Heck, maybe we should get Rapbeard in here.
I bought the Rapbeard plush. I added it to my Rapbeard shrine. It's right next to my Eric Stormbringer, and it's below my Cam shrine.
Your what?
My Cam shrine.
You have a Cam shrine?
If I get a bigger house, I will have a bigger.
This is in game, right? Not IRL.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it were IRL, that'd be a little creepy, but okay, I appreciate the game one.
You gotta convince Kaylee to get a Hephaestus plush.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean, we need figures too. We need. I'm sure Amiibo wants more people to work with them. Surely.
Amiibo? You mean U-Tunes?
What? Amiibo? No, the Amiibos for the Switch. Switch 2. we
Oh,
can do it. They had the. Aren't they working with Nintendo now? What's?
I guess.
They have an Ambrose amiibo.
Yeah, bro. I get the Rapier amiibo. It gives you a 10-minute
you
hyper
flanking.
elixir.
It gives you flanking. Think about it. Yeah, in Wiz, you use an amiibo on there for the PvE content, and you get a buff. Would that not be cool? Come on, think about it.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be as broken as like the ones in 3D World. Because
You would
Cat
be-
Mario gives the invincibility bell. I'm just like, all right, bro.
You'd be flat out wrong to buy PlayStation or Xbox. It's a Nintendo win right there, and they pay you a lot of money to do it.
Wait, you're convinced now you're never trying to become a KI dev? Why is that? What convinced you? You don't have to do the dev stream,
no,
the
me too.
Deviversary streams. That's just something I do. I don't know why I decided to do it, but now that I've done it twice, I just kind of have to.
Everyone who tells me their birthday, I put it on their message tag on Discord, so that way, every time I click on them, it reminds me when their birthday is.
You can do that? You can add a tag for somebody else?
So if I
Add
right click on
notes.
you and I click on your profile, the bottom it says note, and I can be like, is WizDev. Or
Profile.
Bro, Stormbringer never accepted my friend request, bro. I was
so for
trying to-
Debop, all it says is February 16th. That's all it says.
Wait,
I
you
only
you
do it
have
for
to-
birthdays.
Do I have to go message you?
Nope, it's just right click and then the three dots at the top. Profile,
Profile, 3 dots at the top.
view show profile. It's at the very bottom under connections where it says go to Twitch.
Go to Twitch.
The Twitch one's for you. Where you have your two Twitch links.
It's at the bottom. It'll be at the bottom. And you can just click to add
Wait,
it.
do I click profile first?
Click on them and you click on the three dots that says more. View profile. And it's on the very bottom.
View full profile.
It should say
Oh,
message.
my streamer mode is enabled. That's why. Okay,
Oh,
now
that
I
might
see
be
it.
it.
Yeah, I was like, why can I not see this? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see it now. Cool.
I'm just paranoid. I try to not forget people's birthdays. I don't even remember when it's my own usually. So
Yeah, I haven't made a big deal about my birthday in a long time.
I'm 30 now,
But-
so it doesn't matter anymore.
Fair.
Unfortunately.
I mean, hey,
But
it's, if
People see my Steam account and they're like, "Oh, your Steam account, it's 20 years old. Surely
Steam-
you're."
Steam was around 20 years ago?
Uh,
Wow.
guess so.
I know
Mine-
In
I know
2000
Newgrounds was.
2005?
In October, my Steam account is legally able to drink. So there you go.
Wow.
I remember
I know-
celebrating when my Steam account turned 18.
That's wild. I didn't know Steam was around that long.
It came out in 2003 at the end of the year, I think, but I didn't get it till 2004 for when the Orange Box came out
Wow.
for Half-Life 2 and TF2 and Portal.
That
Dude,
is
I
wild.
love Portal 1. Portal 1 is like one of the most fun games ever.
I love both Portal games.
I've never
Um,
played Portal 2. I never really had the
Okay, I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
No, you know what I need, bro? I need the Vocaloid voice box. That's what I need, bro.
The
You need
what?
the DLC for the desktop Miku.
Yeah, bro. Desktop mate. What's the name? EQ on my desktop. That's what I need. Sure.
You think I'm joking, but if you genuinely want it,
Nah, bro. The only thing I really want is the Vocaloid box. Or the
Portal came out in 2007.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
The Portal 2.
Okay. Portal 2 came out in 2011. Okay. I thought it was pretty short after.
But I love Portal 1 though.
I assume they're not making a 3 since it's already
I guess in
been.
that case, I didn't play Steam until when Orange Box came out, but I had it, I guess, earlier then, because I know my Steam turns 21 this year, because I was gonna actually buy a single drink and put it on my computer and then say, there you go.
Mm.
I don't drink. I don't care for it. But I think it's funny to put a glass of wine on top of my computer.
Okay.
Make sure it's red.
It's gonna be purple because
Purple wine.
I don't know. I like grape juice. It's close. It's grape juice wine. It's the only kind. If it's not fruity, I'm not drinking it. I love my grape juice.
I just added it to my wish list to remind myself.
The Miku?
No, Portal. Because I feel like I've played a level or something, but I've never played it through. So I want to. I really like puzzle games. So
It's weird. I had thought I played Portal 2, and then my friend told me that I have 0 hours on it, and I said, no, that can't be right. I love the Portal series. Surely I've played it before. And we're done with 100 Leggers.
very nice.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you still have 16 minutes. You can go on to Broken Stumps.
I might. Oh, actually, no. I'd have to get membership for it. Never mind. I was gonna say I might take more accounts next time, but they're all level 12 and they don't have membership, and I'd rather not buy membership for 3 more characters.
They also can't join the guilds until they're 30. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna level them up, but I'm not. I don't really have $40 a month to spend on Wiz.
just wait till that like 1 or
around.
2 weeks in the summer or something, or birthday month or whatever, whenever they do free membership.
Oh, hopefully you
I
get
don't-
Gold Guild Museum by then.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, actually, you never know.
It's not.
We
it's
are not
that
fast.
Bad. It's not that bad though. Look what I've looked at. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know what also are good puzzle games is the modern trilogy of the Tomb Raider games. Played all 3 of them. Very good.
5. We did it 5 runs so far.
I've always wanted to play the retro Tomb Raider games, but they're just never available when I want them.
Point and click games is my favorite puzzle genre. I mean, yeah. I mean, are there any? I mean, most puzzle games are that way. I would think. Like, I don't know of many action-y puzzle games. I guess. But I mean.
There's a ton of those on Steam.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm dumb. No, I know of a lot of those actually.
Depends on what you mean action.
Yeah.
I would say most the Mario RPG games would consider action puzzle. A lot
When-
like the Mario Luigi ones.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, so when I say action, I mean like where some sort of reaction time is necessary to win. Maybe not
Oh,
reaction
Bowser
time, but some sort of
Best Game
practice.
Ever
I don't know
Made.
how to just describe it, but
Oh, Broken Stumps. Did we not do? Oh, I forgot we didn't do Broken Stumps. I'm sorry. Right before I did your Guild Museum, I was doing another person's Guild Museum. So.
oh,
So.
you're like, wait, we did
we-
this.
So when you said Broken Stumps, I'm like, we're doing Digger Drones. We've already done Broken Stumps today.
Oh. Where? I thought we already did digger drones. Wait, no, we didn't. No, digger drones aren't for bronze, so you can't do those.
Sure you can.
We won't get any
do
prima
'em.
materia for it.
If they're silver or gold, they'll appear later on. They'll just be unlocked automatically. That's what it did with Avalon Guild Museum. I literally had to do it when Crystal Cave was broken. I couldn't get past I think it's the silver. So we just found I think it was Mystical Explorers Guild's guide that had the full what you need to do thing, and we just blindly farmed the gold stuff while we were waiting for Crystal Caves to be fixed because there was just
interesting.
nothing we could do.
One of
Well,
my
that being said, I would prefer if we worked on the bronze ones first.
Yeah. Like I said,
One of-
I think with Holly, I just did the Broken Stumps in her guild. So,
Holly has a guild?
well, it's not.
Not
her
technically,
guild.
but
Sorry.
I am.
Oh, hi. I didn't know you were here.
Steals to help with it.
My favorite.
Just got done with museum myself,
Okay.
so.
I gotcha.
I get borrowed a lot. I think I currently have 6 characters in 6 different guilds to help with Guild Museum. That's all I've been doing this week for people.
Alright.
Well, that's
We
One of my
fine.
love that.
favorite genre of game is always turn-based RPG, but I don't know why Square Enix makes their games so difficult for no reason. Like, why? I just got there's one game I'm playing where I'm at like the 9th boss in the game, and I just got to the 2nd chapter. I'm already fighting like the 9th boss. Bro, is like impossible. I can't get past it. Bro, they make it so hard. Square Enix needs to tone down the difficulty.
Puzzle games can also be platformer. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking of platformer ones as puzzle, but I suppose they would be in puzzle genre.
Tomb Raider.
Where are you guys going?
That's the only one that comes to mind. Well, I guess Uncharted as well, which is a sister series to Tomb Raider.
Mm.
But those are also like PlayStation exclusives. So
I do not have a PlayStation. I have never had a PlayStation, actually. I've played on one,
Neither.
of course, but
I've never had a PlayStation. I
Yeah,
got
no.
an Xbox when I was young because all my friends had one. So
My dad's a nerd, and I never had to ask for game consoles.
nice. Yeah,
The
no,
only
growing
game
up, we
console-
only had a Wii. That was our only game console.
I mean, that's the best console. I'm not even like it was just the best console.
It was nice, yeah.
Oh, Finn.
Mario Super Sluggers, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, bro, that game was so loud. If you know, you know. Like, you know how whenever you're on like the Wii menu and you can like click on the game to open
My
up
game is
And it goes
lagging
like,
really bad.
boom, sheesh. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Bro, for Brawl, it was just so loud.
I think having 2 accounts open while everyone's doing Guild Museum and Khrysalis is lagging me out.
Oh, RR did something interesting with that. They had everybody take their mounts off. I think that really helped.
For the magic touches?
Yes.
Yeah, it
I
does
think that's a
help.
great idea because those dragons that flap their wings together are very laggy.
Yeah.
Thankfully, in guilds, there is a castle magic castle magic thing you can do that forces people to not have mounts.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a lever by the raid gate.
I will be using that because, I actually saw Roaring Raptors while I was doing
Yeah,
game.
no,
The
we saw
sad
you
fact
too.
is we don't get enough
I think
people
you
to
saw
do
our
mute.
group too.
We don't get enough people to do Guild Museum to require it for the museum, but you know.
I mean, I can do a full campaign. I'm very loud.
We honestly, it would just be nice to have one more person because we had 5 both of these times, so
My,
you know.
my
6 is
Ultra
better.
unfortunately had a cooldown, so I couldn't do it.
Mm.
I've been throwing him in multiple guilds for magic touches on the thing.
Debop said he'd occasionally come help us if the world was Khrysalis. I don't know what that means though.
I'd
I'll
be down
definitely help
for-
when I can, but the guilds I'm in obviously take a little
I-
bit
I-
more priority.
I'd be down.
That-
I'd be
that
down
makes
for like
sense.
doing cantrip chests and more green matches, more specifically,
Whatever.
because I know
Not,
how much people hate cantrip chests. I'll do it.
I love Cantrip Chest. That's one of my favorite parts of this Guild
Bro,
Museum.
I just have PTSD of like me and you for like 7 hours straight in the Forum Dragonspire.
I
That
do
was
remember that. That was a
Oh.
long time.
having to realm hop. So
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you had to realm hop, and if anybody else was doing it, then it wouldn't be good.
So, the
The
Forum
Novus
was like the
cantrip
best
chests.
spot. Yeah, bro. Same thing, bro. I have caused an uproar in that I don't lead the campaign, but I'm the founder of the campaign to fix it. Novus. All right.
you're the founder of that, just like I'm the founder of the Caramel raid. We're both doing God's work.
The
The question is, which one will be first?
Hopefully
probably
the Novus
well,
cantrip chests.
yeah, bro. I'm
Summer 2025 is Caramel right? I'm calling it.
That makes sense.
When the raid is Grizzleheim, people are gonna like it, but they're gonna be very upset, Cam.
Bro, I
I
love
wanted a
Grizzleheim,
museum
bro.
to be Grizzleheim.
I never said it was caramel for the record.
I don't think you can have a Grizzleheim museum because there needs to be a rematch, and the devs
know.
do not respect Grizzleheim
All right.
enough to give
It'd be
us
so
a.
pretty.
They don't want us to have a Coven
Hey,
rematch duel.
it's not impossible, like it to do. I like we could
So,
make a
Kate,
rematch
what
for
happened
it.
to my free fishing this weekend?
What's that?
I said, what happened to my free fishing this weekend? I thought we had an understanding.
I'm so I told I have I do not control that at all. But
Listen, you gotta throw in the charms to Joel and be like, listen, Joel. Come on.
All right, here's what's gonna go down. All right, so Cam is gonna give me mild training on combat, and then I will make the Sons of Ymir rematch. All right, I will do it if I have to.
yeah, would it be Sons
Okay,
of
but-
Ymir or would it be the Coven people?
I would
Well-
prefer the Sons of Ymir personally.
Yeah.
Both. Winter Tusk is its own thing.
Yeah, for gold tier, you do have to do 100 Sons of Ymir and 100 Coven. rematch.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
yeah, actually, just have them both.
I mean,
Just
the
have
like
just
the,
a
the
rematch.
the Krokotopia rematch isn't Kansu, so.
Could be.
I mean,
No, that's a Selenopolis.
that would have to be a
rematch that comes
Selena.
out-
Yeah, so we could have a Grizzleheim
Selenopolis.
and a Wintertusk one, and that wouldn't be too crazy.
All right, well, we need Winter Tusk because Winter Tusk is based the best world in the entire game. There's no world that even comes close.
Just like add a tier. Have it be like platinum or something.
You platinum, diamond, and dark matter. There you go.
Oh no.
I was just saying add one tier.
I mean, so if we did do a Grizzleheim museum that combined Grizzleheim and Wintertusk, we could have, just for the sake of argument, by the way, not saying this is happening. We could have both rematches, and then it could just be that half of the artifacts come from one and half from the other. It doesn't all
What
like.
about a Wisteria Guild Museum? What would that entail? You would have
That-
to give the Wisteria.
I don't think there's enough content in Wisteria to house a museum.
Now you guys
No,
know.
there will be.
Now you guys know what you need to do. You need to make more Wisteria content. Wisteria Part 2.
Yes, just so it can
Listen,
be in the museum.
Wisteria is
Spells need to come from those professors.
yes, all like weaving, like the weaving spells. We need a whole huge slew of spells from them.
Oh
Just
my
like with
goodness.
full animations and
Full animations, yeah.
I'll fill it out all the stops.
Bro is not happy with the 3 he has.
We need to make them
Joe-
entire schools like you could start with. So you gotta have 10
Well,
unique
actually-
spells.
Actually, now that I think about it, all of the Wisteria spells are already derived of a pre-existing spell. Because Snowpig is Angry Snowman, Pigsy is Pixie, and Ninja Piglets is Ninja Pigs.
That
So
is true.
They already,
They're
they
just
already all derived.
They're just
from-
parodies of existing spells.
If you really think about it, the one thing that should be in the game more than a Carmel raid is the fact that Wisteria is an entire world, but all you get to see is basically the Ravenwood and the Unicorn Way of it. So if you really think about that, that's all you get to see. You know?
Yeah.
Avenue.
And wait, there's
Uh,
one more area though, the Tanglewood one, right?
Yeah.
I
You
guess
fight
maybe
like 2 mobs there though.
you could
that's
say
it.
yeah, you could say Triton Avenue, I guess, sure.
Sure.
But like, is that that's kind of disrespectful.
It was a side world at the time. You know, it was
Oh,
like a
Grizzleheim though.
I mean, it's still a side
Yeah.
player world, obviously. But yeah, Wisteria, if we want to expand on that, yeah, I don't know. For
I
whatever
know
reason, it doesn't
people-
seem like an end of content thing, you know?
Well, I don't think it should be. It should be like a fill in the gap kind of thing. Is there anything for level 80?
No, but I don't know how much we want to do
The
that.
man, there
Because
is
our
probably-
ultimate goal is to get for lower level
the end
people
of the
to get
game.
them to the end, yeah.
It's unfortunate because there's nothing that I love more than talking to some people that PvP a lot about spells they've never heard of because they don't do the side content. And then they're like, wait, there's spells in Avalon?
Had Juju.
There are.
Don't forget about
Probably
Massive.
get
They did.
banned.
They
Actually-
the artist probably didn't have enough time to make like cinematic ones, which is why they're utility. and because
Love
it came
that,
out the
though.
same year as Azteca, so they were probably spending the time on those spells.
Wait, wasn't Mass Infection recently banned?
No, that was a list of spells that
I don't think so.
that was just thrown out there and said we're gonna ban this, but mass triage, mass infection, detonate, those were all spared because they're not harmful to anything.
Mass Infection, bro.
I mean, it would be banned or reworked with all the other AoE utilities. I don't know when that
Can
is.
we just?
It's not the
You gotta
highest
buff
priority
the
right now.
value of it if you rework it. I'm not having a 2% Blade Storm, please.
Be what?
I
35.
mean, Blade really used that much.
I mean,
So
in
why
ranked-
would it be banned?
What's that?
Is Blade Storm like actually used in like normal PvP? Like I don't even use it for team PvP.
Why wouldn't you? I feel like in Team PvP it
don't
was
need it.
used.
Not the last time I did. Well, okay, I can't speak that much on the last time I did a 2v2 because it was really a 2v1. But
Well, it's in 2v2 it's probably like a iffy, maybe not be worth it, but in a 4v4 I feel like that would be a lot more useful.
Okay, well then make 44 a thing, Cam.
Well, no. The point is, it would be too useful. That would be the reason for the ban. Would be if it's too good in 2-player scenarios, AOE's weren't that busted. It's in 3 and 4s.
Yeah.
But also,
Look how cool that Kenneth guy is. He has the weave blades. That's what everyone should have. Everyone do your weaving.
but also in advanced content, Blade Storm is a thing. That
Yeah, I guess.
because you commonly have 4 of you, but 4 hitters is rare just in general. All right, we are done with museum today. We didn't finish an
quick
exhibit,
Kenneth
but we got
person.
close. What's that?
No, this person that joined our fight needs to click quick so we get the credit.
210.
Crit. No. Versus was very populated today.
Yeah,
After
people running the museum for sure.
Almost.
No, these are just people questing.
Oh, wait, what realm were we in?
It
Oh, we
kept
were in
getting-
Baelstrom. What? How did that happen?
There's an issue with Wiz recently where it puts you into whatever the most crowded realm is, even if you have Remember Realm on, and it's really been bad.
Huh.
It's really annoying.
Because I don't
Annoying.
mind running into people, but I don't like being in the crowded areas because my computer is 13 years
Hi,
old.
Lily.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
It's a more recent thing. I think Selenopolis caused it, but it's been real
I
bad.
think it's got something to do with like what quest you're working on, and if other people like in that realm have the same quest, they're gonna put you in the same realm.
I do know if you team up on a sigil and someone's is like either not Remember Realm or they're in a crowded realm, it'll just take you there.
Right.
I don't mind socializing. I just don't want to crash. I crash way too much in this game.
Yeah. All right. Well, good job, folks. We will finish this exhibit next time. Probably. Yeah. We'll definitely finish the exhibit next time.
So,
Are we at 2% yet? Are we at 2%?
we're definitely
3%. Let's go. We're going at a pace of like 1.5% per session.
the big one is the cantrip chests.
That's true. So we're technically further than 3% probably because we don't have cantrip chests yet. But yeah.
Also, the bosses are undervalued. I feel for Guild Museum. The
What do you mean?
The percentages, like
Oh, right. Well, yeah. So it doesn't really.
this?
It's just number of materia is how it does it. I don't think there's any other way we could do it.
I
Otherwise,
just redeemed a quintessence from the badge, and now there is a number 1 above my head. For some reason.
Interesting. I didn't get the badge.
It's on Heart's bugs. Oh, you did a lot of bosses, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm slow.
We're at 99 out of 100. Oh,
Oh, no.
that's pain. 99 out of 100. Oof.
I actually have like a dump guild where I just kind of decorate stuff. And
That's,
I use the guild museum to grind the mob badges, just so I could have all the mob badges for Avalon and Khrysalis.
Mhm.
You do Avalon.
Did you not do the Avalon yet?
No, I didn't get Avalon yet.
Well,
I'll
let's,
use
like,
VIV for it or something.
I mean, I have whenever you want. I can pay for the core, and we can just.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it until after we're done with Khrysalis.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing on my mind.
Same.
I just wanted to get on the number one of the leaderboard for 5 seconds because they have 300 more extra credit badges than I do because they have money and I don't. And I wanted to be like, hey, look, Ma, I'm on TV.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that the Avalon Museum badges got added like after 3 pages of people have completed Avalon Museum.
Yeah, I mean the options were either just don't add it, but then people would be like, "Where are the badges for Avalon?"
I mean, I'm always down for it.
Because we just didn't have the availability to do it when Avalon was added, so
I'll do it from now
I figured,
on.
yeah, we'll do them from now on when they get created. It's just, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I figured it was better
Is there
than
another
just
one, like,
not
in the
having
works
Avalon.
already?
What's that?
Is there another one in the works already?
No, so after the first one, we did have a plan to do the second one a year after, which we did, but we do not currently have that plan for the third one, so it might be a bit longer.
Did you
next
know,
time.
like, immediately it was going to be Chris?
There were a couple contenders. It was gonna be Krokotopia at some point to kind of go along with the Selenopolis update.
No way.
But then people were like, it's
Oops, all
too much
Krokotopia.
Croc maybe, potentially.
Yeah, that would have been a lot.
So
Because
then
Pirate got a Croc update,
instead we were just like, okay, well we'll go with what the housing people want, and we knew for a while that the housing people wanted Khrysalis, so.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be Khrysalis from when, I forget who, but one of the devs in Discord posted, what housing items would you like if we added them to the game from Khrysalis? I'm like, okay, we're getting Khrysalis Guild Museum next, guys.
Wait, who said that?
That was like half a year ago at this point.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody was like, oh yeah, we're getting, what housing items, just perchance, if we were to, maybe add more
Hypothetically.
housing items to the game. Hypothetically, of course, to the game.
That's true. That's wild.
And then there was an entire forum of just people posting screenshots of items in Khrysalis. It's still there, I'm sure.
Why is my
somewhere.
second mark in Mushu?
Well, the second marks are weird. I come back to them occasionally because I don't use them that much anymore.
Crap.
And I'll be like, oh, I am like in front of a dungeon I must have been farming at one point.
I'm does anybody have availability to do Mother Son again?
I have no sleep anymore. No,
Oh, well, you can sleep then.
What is...
Yeah, I'm free.
I
Awesome.
didn't say I was sleeping. I said I don't sleep anymore.
Oh, okay. So that was just an interesting answer to the
That's
question, but I gotcha. Okay. So you're
woke
saying
up-
you are down because you don't sleep anymore.
I woke up, Cam. Immediately was told someone dropped out of a Goda raid. Can you help? I said, okay. He's like, okay, here's the setup. Make it. I'm like, awesome, great, I'll do that. Made the setup in 5 minutes. Did a 3-hour Goda raid. Went to a guild museum afterwards. Took an hour break because I wanted to help you with your guild museum. So now that's where I am.
Wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate.
The whiz grind has been good for me. I'm trying to. I can't really leave the house because of a sick cat.
Uh-huh.
So.
Duncan says you can do Mother Son again. All right. Well, it looks like we have enough. I'm walking there. If somebody has a faster port, let me know. But otherwise, I'll walk there.
I might have a second mark there, unironically.
Yeah, I realized I set my first mark there, and then I was like, Tomb of the Forgotten, I don't need this. And I was like, oh wait, yes I do.
My second mark was inside of Mount Olympus
Interesting.
because when I used it, it said you can't enter that zone anymore, and it showed.
Oh, look.
Zeus.
Mother Sun's actually on the map this time. When did that happen?
Who do we? Oh, I forgot they limited.
Oh wait,
healing
there's
cards.
is that a? Oh, there's a teleporter to it. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, thank God. She's hard to find.
Holly, do you?
Oh look,
what
yeah,
number
they made
are
they made the teleporters. Hold on.
What am I doing?
W.
Are you joining?
Oh heck yeah. Okay, they just added a teleporter right to her. Okay. I am happy about this. Okay, so there's a bunch of people down for this. Let's see how many people we have. So Holly, Duncan, and I don't know what to call you. I know you're Cam Enjoyer. Seems weird.
Cam Enjoyer. That's my name. I was born with the name Enjoyer.
I know you've changed your name. You were Debop Enjoyer at one point.
I was also Debop Hater.
That's true.
And
Yep,
I created a chain of Debop haters.
Yeah.
that is true.
But that didn't mean they all hated me. They hated my hater. The
That's
hater
true.
hated my hater.
No.
How that works.
Bebop Loather. Okay, so what strat are we doing? Are we doing the Reap and weird balance fusion?
I can do whatever people need to do. I have all the weaving done in my storm. So
Bridge sent it last time.
Yeah, so yeah, on Tuesday we did that, but on Thursday we did a strat that was 3 rounds where we used Reap the Whirlwind and a balance into Storm Fusion spell, Lightning Locusts. So that was interesting.
see it.
So do I need to bring my balance?
I guess if you are cool with that. Do you have
Yeah.
Storm Weaving on your balance?
I can go get it. I've done all the weaving. So.
Okay, wonderful. Have you done like rank 3 on 42 times? Like the
I've done. Yes. So I've done
wow.
all the weaving on my balance, every single quest. So I have every single batch.
Wow. And have you done that on all schools characters?
I've only done it on my balance so far. I'm working on my dad.
Oh, okay, I
It takes
got
a
you.
long time, Cam. It takes a long time.
Yeah, I know it does. That's why I was like, wow, you really.
I'm so far on my death. I've done all of the storm weaving quests and all but the help quest on ice.
Wow. Well done. Yeah. If you want to bring your balance, I think this strat
Where's the
is
strat?
it works and it's cool.
Yeah, can you send the strap?
Crap. Let me look. I don't remember it turn by turn. Let me just go back to my VOD from yesterday. Let's see if I can just glean what it was.
I think I have every single buff that a storm can have in the game, and I have every single buff a balance can have and a myth can have. So.
Okay, so we did.
I will be right back. I need to feed my cat. It'll take me 3 minutes tops.
Alright, yeah, no worries. Okay, let's watch it, shall we? Let's mute it though. Alright. So we did museum, of course, and then strat. Let's go a little bit further when we got it more nailed down. Okay, so I'm gonna just make a small little spreadsheet. We have death, storm, balance, storm. I did dark, pact. Okay. Dark pact. And then Okay, and then we had item. What is the? I don't remember what's the storm into balance blade called?
You mean Deathblade?
No, the storm that weaves into balance. I forget what that one's called.
Wait, why isn't it
Tornado
letting
Blade.
me?
It's Tornado Blade.
No, I've done all the storm weaving, but it's not letting me train the spell.
Are you have to be a storm weaver?
Oh, and it was weird. I like exited out of it and then did it again and it worked.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's been happening to me. I have to log out whenever I swap weaving school sometimes.
Yeah, you have to change zones. It's weird. It's
It's because it's changing your school identity, kinda.
right.
Mm. Okay, but I need Locust Swarm
Okay.
and Stormzilla, right?
What do I need?
Okay, we have one hit here.
Do I need like Storm Mastery for this?
Drowned blade. As the balance, no.
Is this
Mm.
posted anywhere?
Actually, you shouldn't. Well, you shouldn't need that. I'm making a spreadsheet of it right now, just so that it makes sense. Crap, my mouse just died. Come back.
That's why I have an old mouse that's wired, never dies.
Yeah, I need to get. Yeah, maybe I
I-
need that. It just wires are
I-
annoying.
I'm so old-fashioned with my mice that when my mouse
mice?
finally died, when my mouse finally died, I spent $64 to buy a 1998 mouse.
Wow.
The same one, from 1998. And I said, nope, this is the mouse for me. I'm gonna keep using it. I also spent $100 on mouse pads, so I found one that I liked.
You guys use mouse pads?
Yes.
Mental
I
blade.
spill water on my desk. I need to use mouse pads.
I don't use a mouse pad.
I mean, I used to have an old armrest, but it broke because I used it for 10 years.
Okay.
Tornado Blade. I love Tornado
balance of
Blade.
Lightning, locusts. There's some. And then, yeah, reap the whirlwind. And then, what was okay, there we go. Let me just send this in the chat if I can. Challenge mode. Okay, here's the strat we did. Crap. Let me make sure that it's not like that anymore. And centered. Gotta have it centered. Okay.
Tornado Blade. Very cool.
Okay, so we do have. Okay, so we have 2 storms and a balance and me.
Which storm do I need to be? I can be either. I have everything.
You can be the hitting storm
Got it.
because Duncan was the first storm last time. Yeah, Holly, could you be the balance? That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you just need like the good balance blade, a elemental blade, and then lightning locusts.
So glad I made this really weird, failed reinforced pet. So nice.
Yeah. All right.
Locusts and Hall.
I was told, I forget who was helping, but I was told, you need this specific pet. I'm like, awesome, I will make it. Alright, this is good enough. I hit all my stat caps.
Yeah. Crap, did I have I feel like I had a spreadsheet somewhere of these strats, but maybe I don't. Oh wait, there it is. Strats. I only have one sheet on it, and it was for challenge mode fleets.
Does this still work? Does the Dark Pact hitting yourself still count?
Yes, it
weird.
does. It
that
is weird. I
intended-
agree. But all right, I have it saved, and we're good. I think Astro said that he had some way to do 2-turn, but I don't remember what it required or why it didn't work.
You could probably do. Oh, you could do 2-turn. I did it. It's with the hidden bubble, right? The hidden bubble.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that
it-
was with old Mother Sun.
Yeah, Old Mother Sun before they added more minions was 2-turnable. That's right. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I'm ready to go when you are.
I'm ready.
I should pack a backup Wild Bolt. Thoughts?
Yeah, back up bats or something, or
Nope. Wild Bolt.
okay, gotta be Wild Bolt.
It's not banned, so I'm using it.
Fair. All right, let's
You
go.
guys, the ones that kept it along. I have backup bats too, but you guys kept it along. Those poor master PvPers when they get hit by a Wild Bolt and have.
God, I know. You know what's weird though? So many people pack ice set shields. I found that so bizarre. Like, my ice is gonna hit hard anyways.
Is a balanced third?
Mm-hmm.
How weird. I feel like it should be illegal in so many states.
I mean, it really doesn't matter the order of the first three of us, just as long as you're last.
I like when I can turn my brain off and farm things. But I
Yeah.
can't for most things now, unfortunately. I fell asleep doing a Pendragon rematch duel the other day. And I
Yeah,
woke
that
up and I'm
one
like,
that
"Oh, we're
one
done."
has a pretty solid strat. What are ones where you can't do that? Ramacroc?
Oh, anything in Nightmare, I am
Yeah.
like on the edge of my seats. Like
Jacob's
clutching
ready to
onto-
yak whenever he thinks about the
Yes.
Nightmare Dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's less scary. Like every time I've done it, I've had no issues myself. But every single time I've done it, somebody ends up throwing, and I just wanted my badge. It was the only badge I didn't have.
Yeah, I miss it almost. I liked it a lot, but you know.
I
That's
mean,
me.
hey, I'll invite you
Liked
to
it a lot,
49
too.
more runs. 49 more runs.
Hey, I didn't.
you
I
know?
don't miss it that much. I don't miss it to the point where I want to do it again, but
You-
I
You wanna
more
come along
like
for my
I would be down for something to exist that is like it.
Yeah, I've heard that you hate the community and want them to do more Nightmare.
Well, from what I heard from the feedback, it's mainly the maze part and the broken dreams that was the negative. I don't think like the fights part was that
No, once you learn the fights, like,
yeah.
I was like queen of Croc support.
I liked the dragon and the croc. I think I liked even more.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of
Malice?
weakening mantle.
Yeah. Fair.
It's the
I
weakening mantle on top of Lava Lord from
And Fiery Giant and Muzzle.
and
And then
stuns. The stuns and the Ifrit just cuz why not?
and throwing a beguile,
Yeah, throw in a beguile.
We weren't having enough fun.
Yeah, why'd you have to put the magnetic Ifrit, bro?
Hey, at least we could all thank God.
Malice
that they
still
don't
gives me
have-
nightmares. That's the intention. It's the nightmare dungeon.
Can we have a Malice plush?
Okay,
there's a
well,
wonderful
last
person
time
that
I
wants
checked,
to-
Freddy was in The Dreaming, and there's nothing dreamy about that fight at all. All right?
You're
use
supposed
that
to,
logic.
yeah. Malice is supposed to trying to get you to hate everything. That's his character.
I live in. Oh.
He's like the Emperor in what's it called? In Star Wars. He's like, yes, strike me down with all your hatred.
Is this gonna work?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it has a big shield, so we'll see.
I mean, hey, listen, I have stat caps for every stat, and I have enough stat caps if I was in a level 100 instance to not fizzle and to get
Usually the shield isn't a problem between the wand hit and the lightning locust, because both of those do storm damage. But this guy, these minions have been really unrelenting in this run.
Jesus. That's there's a person that I'm close friends with that loves that immolate spell. That's all they love. They love that very much.
But didn't Roberto say that having those 3 minions there is like not right?
And they also said it was fixed.
It was fixed. They're the right version.
There's only
Wait,
supposed to be
what?
1 minion. There's not supposed to be 3 of them.
For one person, there's supposed to be 1 minion. I don't imagine.
In challenge mode?
I guess. Can you solo
That's
this in challenge mode?
misleading.
Probably. You could probably solo
I
this in
mean-
challenge mode.
Well, you
It's
were
not too
able
hard.
to, and then
They got rid of dots.
yeah, and then now they cheat cast against dots. So.
And even worse, you got rid of the cool looking room and brought it to a generic room.
I didn't do any of this.
All your fault. You are King's Isle.
Okay.
It's
Not-
like when you go to a McDonald's and you're like, you got rid of my favorite food? It's like, sir, I'm a cashier.
Yeah,
This is a waste.
I just work here.
I just work here. That's one thing I do miss about fast food. When I worked at a Taco Bell and I would get yelled at for their favorite item being removed, I'm like, I'm with you. I miss this item. Please don't yell at me. I make minimum wage.
I can't make one up here for you. Oh yeah, that did plenty.
My absolute favorite retail story is I offered a guy an extra large cup because we were out of small cups, and he yelled at me for not having a small cup because his cup holders couldn't hold anything larger than a small. And I'm like, I'll give you one of each size, as many as you'd like. Please stop yelling at everyone.
It's like we don't have any. What do you want me to do about that?
I actually offered to him
Death
to like
command
make
them
a
in.
I offered him I would make a makeshift cup holder thing for him, like this whole little doohickey thing.
Yeah.
I am full. What am I full of? I am
Yeah, just
full
be like,
of
what?
Khrysalis gear.
So sorry, sir. Let me conjure one for you.
I mean, I understand the problems with it. I feel bad. But
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
you're the only person he can vent to about it.
Well, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind doing that. I just, I genuinely feel bad when people are upset.
Yeah, I used to work at a pub at my college, and there was always, not always, but there was often people who came like after we were cleaning, shut down and started cleaning. They're like, please, I need food. I haven't eaten all day. I'm like, that sounds like quite a planning problem on your part, but you haven't eaten all day and it's midnight. What the heck?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Taco Bell closed at 2 a.m. and we would leave at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and there'd be people coming out. And lucky for them, the boss that I had for the first half of working there was chill, and he'd let us take home food that was gonna go bad. So I would usually just give it to whoever asked for it.
Yeah, but like when people are midway
when I was
cleaning the
off
grill,
boss.
it's just like you're asking us to not just to like keep open for a couple more minutes to get you something. It's like, okay, so we have to take another hour to
Turn the grill back on.
yeah, turn the grill back
Clean the-
on.
Clean the grill.
You have to heat it
Make
back
sure
up,
everything-
yeah, and then we have to clean it again after. Like, bruh. And like, yeah, we did have like pre-made wraps or whatever, and we're like, well, we could maybe get you that, and then the ones who were genuine would be like, okay, thanks, and then there's that one guy. It's really just this one guy. He's just like, nah, it's gotta be fries or whatever the heck. I'm like, dude, okay, well, yeah, I don't understand the, like, I was a college student. I did extracurriculars. Like I was in I was on a sports team. I did a cappella, and I had a comp sci major, which isn't like an easy one. Still managed to eat though.
I love telling comp sci majors you should look at the programming of Yandere Simulator.
Oh my god, I already know it. I've seen the whole thing.
It is horrible.
It's entirety of just if else. That's all it is.
What is
Like,
the
whole
programming
game
of what?
A game that will never be finished.
Oh man,
Don't look too
it's
much
just a
into it.
giant
It's
if-else chain. That's awful.
That's what the programming is. And
Oh my god.
I promise you don't want to look into it.
You really don't. It's so bad.
That's funny.
There are many things in life you don't need to look into, and if you don't know about it, you're better off for it. Unfortunately, I'm a nerd that's been on the internet its entire existence, so I know of it.
Mm.
But it's not good that I can make a better game than someone else. If I could do a better programming job than someone, there's a problem.
The only good thing I can do in a game is probably write a pretty decent story. I can't draw, so art's off the table. I don't
Yeah.
like looking at spreadsheets, so I really can't do that. Any
Oh,
of that.
You don't
I have
want to do
some bad
so
news
you
for
couldn't do
you.
design, is what you
Bob, do I have some bad news for you about the
I can't
spreadsheet?
program.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bob,
Story
the
is-
spreadsheet I just made that I sent you, that I pinged. Was it not pinged yet? I literally just made a spreadsheet that Bebop's gonna have to read. It was not pinged yet. It will be posted in 17 minutes.
QA. Yeah, you could do QA. There you go. You could answer customer support emails. I'm sure that gets really fun.
I could probably write a pretty good story because I remember. Well, okay, I could probably do like world building because I have like a minute niche experience with it. Because I still thought it was really stupid. Why? I was like, bro, why do you have urban, downtown, industrial, and then you go one loading zone over and it's just desert? What happened?
It's the Outback.
Oh, really? I was talking to Cam. He said he didn't know about the strike removing all the blades thing that you sent me.
No,
Oh.
I did not know that.
We don't know if it's a
But it
bug,
should be
but
new as of what, Wednesday?
It was
So.
it was introduced with the Guild Museum update. It's not
Interesting.
before that.
But it,
I
don't-
it
might
doesn't take them all
know.
away for
Might know
Poison
why.
Oak.
Yeah, it doesn't do it for Poison Oak. It's just Kabbalist. I mean, if the concept of it is balance counters shadow now, I mean that's cool. I'd like to know that. But I like it's just another buff that's like, nope, can't do it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Can we aura? No. Can we use this? No. It's
It's like I just want 10% buff.
well, I mean, you know,
In
the
the
difficult thing is you need to use. Now you literally have to use the stupid scarab strat to beat the boss because all the chromatic clears are gone and all the buffs you can't use. So you have to use the scarab onto scarab strat. And you
Yeah.
need accuracy for that. So
Shit, I almost went in second.
Yeah, you'd be fine if you did.
I just swore on stream.
Yeah.
Um,
The strike is just, it's not needed. It's definitely not needed for the fight by any means. But it's just another thing that's taken away from it from when it was initially released. It was my favorite fight in the game by a mile.
Oh,
I
cool.
liked how it worked. I thought the fact that you could only use clears to counter this boss was really cool. I thought using off-school spells like Stormzilla or King Artorias was really cool. I thought sending in outside cards for once and actually using them in a fight was cool.
yeah.
But now it's kind of just like, oh, this spell used to do this, but now when you use it, actually, it's not that cool anymore.
Yeah,
So-
when it was designed, they were chromatic, so it did lose something when those were changed. It's true.
And I know that Myth getting Minotaur not chromatic is a buff to Myth, and I'm a Myth main, but I still
Mhm.
think it's not like. It
Well,
wasn't the
yeah,
direction
that-
personally wanted. I'd rather
unfortunately,
people have
that-
access to stuff.
I assume you have a storm hitter for that fight, because
Well, everyone has to do a storm now. You can't do any. I mean,
Pretty
have
much.
balance. You
Yeah.
can have
Yeah,
imbalances.
before you were able to have like any school, which was super cool. Like my ice got to do it, like as a hitter.
Hmm.
But now with the change to chromatics, you can't do that anymore.
As with everything in raids, it's storm and fire, or you're a burden.
Yeah.
It has some redeeming redemption in the Polaris raid, but they're still like not great in Frank Sky.
I mean,
Gotcha.
there's definitely a way to just use a fire instead of a myth in every one of those scenarios.
Well, so
just might-
if I'm not, at least with our strat, the Kabbalist is taking a lot less time than the, what's it called, the demon.
Yeah, that's the whole.
With Storm, yeah, but so it was balanced, like you guys were saying, it was balanced so anyone could do it. Now, if you do it with a non-storm, it would just take longer, but you do have the time.
The issue about it taking longer is the fact that you have to beat both bosses at the same time. It would not be an issue if you didn't have to beat both bosses at the same time, I would feel.
Well, right, but if you started it near the same time, it would
you
be
die
closer.
at Damon, probably.
Execute the background process.
Because if you don't kill Damon by a certain turn, and like with RNG, you might just lose because you have to hit him with a certain card.
That's true.
before
So
die.
you think a non-storm hitter in Kabbalist would be longer than demon?
No.
No, because Damon is
But
still.
then there's again, you just have to like retime everything.
Right. Yeah. That's fair. Redoing strats
I-
is difficult.
More important than redoing strats, I just like inclusivity. Like the Damon, any school can do Damon, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
The issue is Damon is a lot more hands-on for literally everyone's strat. It's like the most hands-on part of any raid.
Yeah.
So if you're not paying attention, you need to count cards. You need to be able to pay attention. It's most people can't do it. Most people, they get into a fight and they instantly discard their entire hand. They're like, I don't have my Scion's card. Sorry guys, I discarded it turn 1 and didn't say anything until turn 5.
Mm.
And a lot of people are kind of Blade AoE pilled right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I need to. Originally, I was trying to think if we could do allow gambits in Kabbalist, but it was too much.
I mean, well, the issue with that is the Poison Oak is gambits. A lot of people use gambits for that,
Sure.
which is really fun. And for the Avangada side boss, a lot of people use, you have to kind of use the Jin spells, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is part of that one for sure. Yeah.
I like puzzles and raids. That's why I really liked the Polaris raid when it came out. And I wasn't upset when they nerfed the cannons to 5%. I thought that was great because
Good.
Or more fights that you actually get to do. You know, if you send 7 cannons, just send a storm out when you're done. It's not fun.
Yeah. Your Discord name is fitting. It seems like you enjoy my work there on that.
It's coincidental though. It's not.
See,
Fair.
just have a
Like,
severe
It's not
case
because
of-
I did it.
Actually, yeah.
Depop is not a fan of your
I
content,
have
right?
what, bro, I never said that. I just have a severe case of laziness where it's like, these fights are cool in concept, but like I do it once and I'm like, I never want to do that again.
Like which one?
The constant
one?
fight. I'm down for those, by the
Bro,
way.
I did not say that. Stop saying that. Stop putting words in my mouth.
Depop
I
said
never
that
said
he
that.
wants to uninstall the game every time he sees a balance wizard with the name Depop.
But I mean, friggin' what's it called? Like the Didgeridoo Dragon. That fight's fun, but it's like, bro, make me do too much.
The Didgeridoo Dragon?
Didgeridoo Dragon's pretty easy.
The one in Nightmare?
Yeah.
The one that you just shatter?
Yeah, except if you don't know, I have personal beef with that Didgeridoo Dragon because of a bug that didn't get fixed. Actually, I still don't even know if it's fixed.
I
still
think
don't
it
even know if
was.
it's
I think it was fixed.
Basically, what I used to do is I used to use Oni's Forged on my fire because it was pretty much free instead of using Shatter. Except I couldn't do it against a Death. If I used it against a Death Dragon, he could just use Oni's Morbidity and put the shields back on. So I had to pack Shatter. But Shatters at the time were very limited, very scarce in demand, scarce in supply. So the demand for it was really high. And so I was like, okay, so to conserve resources, I don't mind doing against the Storm Dragon because the Storm Dragon can only turn it into Heal Blades or Hots. And I'm like, oh, that's not that threatening. But for some reason, when I see a 35 Heal Blade buff a Path A Stormlord, I'm like, okay, something's not right.
You reminded me of something I wanted to bring up, Deepa. We need more access to the counters and stuff. Not so much for PvP, but just in general. It'd be nice to not have to farm bosses in Avalon for Shatter Beast.
Yo, Incapacitate TC when?
When are we gonna get back to free counters that nobody uses?
Yeah, I'm still surprised that like not many people were doing in Dragon. Not many people were hitting through the shields rather than shattering. I feel like it's just better, especially because you could one hit. I guess.
Well, it depended on like who.
Well,
if
you
it
were
was-
fighting
if
a
it was-
White Dragon, then like-
who you had hitting and who you had supporting. Like personally, if it was a trap Dragon, I couldn't, and I was supporting, I couldn't one hit because I use universal traps.
I gotcha. Yeah, I guess for our strat we had, yeah, you do universal traps in the second half of the fight. In the first half, just the storm traps, and then yeah. I didn't have it, but using a deer mouse trap is an excellent move there when traps are allowed. But yeah, nobody really uses that spell, but also people don't really run ice wizards, so fair.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, optimal. It's a 40 trap, I think, on deer mouse trap. It's a hitting 40 universal trap. But yeah. Players will discover it eventually. Good luck on getting a school pip. I get a school pip every time on there because I have like my deck is like a third full maybe, or was it half full? I don't remember. In Nightmare, it has like in Nightmare it has to be semi full ish if you're a support, because you have to have a bunch of blades and traps and have enough stuff to hit in the first fight. So yeah. Usually I have a pretty, not full, but it ain't 7 cards, which is was part of the goal of that dungeon. And part of the goal for the Polaris raid was having multiple schools to be in the or pretty much any school being in the Vanguard fights. And as it sounds like it's like it used to be that way, but not so much anymore, which is sad. But yeah.
What was the intention for the phone a friend badge? Like, how was, other than people who may have data mined it and spread it out, what was the intention for finding that out?
What was the intention for finding that out, or
Like,
what was
how
for
would
making
you
it?
expect someone to go into Nightmare and use a Brandon minion?
Because if you've done the Brandon quest, he talks about how he like at the end of it he says thank you, now I'm gonna go fight the Dragon.
Got you. I mean, I unfortunately have done them all
Yeah.
8 years ago, so it's
Right. So the idea was that I don't know if somebody found it out organically first or with the data mine or whatever.
It was
Data mine,
It was
probably.
data mined. Everyone posted it everywhere. Like, phoned a friend, summon Brandon.
That's so lame.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, the pack wasn't the pack was data mined like the same half hour as the pack released, and I didn't get, nobody pinged me, so that was nice.
Yeah, it's probably
Broke now, but
it's probably better. If I were a player, at least. Well, actually, no. Maybe that's not true. I was gonna say I wouldn't look at data mines for badges, but maybe I would. I don't know. It's just
it's a 50-50.
it makes it so that secret ones are less interesting, I guess.
You want to get a head start, but you also want the thrill of figuring something out on your own.
Yeah.
50-50.
I like fun badges. So yeah, the whole lore standpoint is why that badge exists.
I'm expecting some exciting things from Stargater.
Yeah, that one's been hyped up.
I can't wait for the Stargater fight in which Salty Prepper is your companion.
Stargater is just in the Carmel raid in the summer.
Is Salty Prepper where Stargater came from first, I think? It might be.
I know he mentions it.
I think
Too
that's
many
the
people
first
mention
mention of it. Yeah, so that was the Catacombs update.
Well, the first mention of it, story-wise, would be some of the Weaving School trees. Technically.
I guess by so Salty Prepper kind of presents himself as a conspiracy theorist kind of guy. So, but he does mention the Stargater. So I guess like since the trees talk about it in Selenopolis, that gives it more more reality.
It's kind of like the Carmel raid with the books in the Selenopolis update, where they talk about the Nana's Revenge.
Hmm.
That's in the Toth room.
The Nana's Revenge raid.
Exactly. Well, I hope it's
No.
not called that. I hope it's not. But
Because
Carmel
the last
When
one
you
was
do
the
it-
revenge raid.
when you do release the Carmel raid, can the Gatekeeper equivalent badge be Candy Crush, please? If you don't get a lawsuit for that.
Crushed
I think-
candy.
It'd
That-
be Candy Crusher. Come on.
Candy
Candy
Crusher.
Crusher. What was the? Do you have a list of the old? It's what is it called? Ultimate Cabal Brawler. Well, I can't
It's-
remember what the
it's
old ones were.
There's two. There's Boss Rusher and then Unbossable. are the others.
Unbossable. That was the best one.
Well, Unbossable was the first one, I think, and then, or
No,
maybe
it
that
was
was
the
the
second
second
one.
one. And basically,
second-
everyone was
first
like,
one
"It's
was
lame. It has to have like, Cabal in the name or something." I don't remember exactly. I don't know. There were people saying that
I mean,
not
Dota
everyone's gonna be
doesn't
happy.
have
But...
Shabalba in the name.
1% of the
No.
1% doesn't have Void in the ring.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, what did they say? Like, it just needs something that sounds cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why they didn't like all the
Well,
other
I
ones,
think
but-
1% of the 1% is called that because at the time of the Voracious Void Raid, it was the hardest content in the game. And if you manage to basically do everything in that raid all at once, you know, you're a top player. So you
Yeah.
do the 1%.
Even though
in
it's
case
a
you
very popular badge now.
in case you didn't know, more than 1% of end of content people have done raids, and more than 1% of the people who do raids have that badge. But
That's
it's the idea of it.
that's a thing that's gonna get quoted now and spread across servers. That
I mean, is it surprising that more than 1% of end of content players have raided?
kind of is.
Well, there's plenty of
Interesting.
people.
Yeah, no,
who,
it's
you
it's
know,
actually quite a significantly more. Anyway,
How
well,
many of
in my
them-
eyes at least.
more
how
people
many of
raid
them
than
Frank Sky, though?
PvP. So
It's true. Yeah, more people do raid than PvP.
Yep.
But think about
I
it,
got the
Cam.
Boss Rusher joke. Yeah, Boss Rusher was the first one, and it was a joke thing that I guess people didn't get.
It
gamer reference.
didn't
It was
make
reference,
sense
yeah.
because you didn't have to beat both of them at the same time. Then now it makes sense.
Yeah. But
'Cause on Test Realm, I don't know if that was intended or not, but you could beat one of them and then beat the other.
yeah, I mean, so far with raids, even like when they go to test realm, they're still kind of a work in progress.
Yo, wait, hold on. I got like a
I think
Every
the
raid is
third
still
raid was the best out of the three in terms of what state it was in during
Yo,
test realm.
Cam, I gotta ask, do you think we could ever get something to raids that's similar to the prankster comments in Super Mario Galaxy, where it adds like a specific twist to a pre-existing raid?
What?
Oh, like do it with where nobody
Like
can
for
die.
example, maybe there's a speedrun comment that shaves off some time.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that would be great in Crying Sky. There's
That would be-
definitely plenty of time for Goda already.
I mean,
And then maybe there could be the Daredevil one, which instead of like, let's say Crying Sky has 160 stat caps, you have to do it with 140 stat caps.
Nope.
stat caps also restrict your spells, so.
That's gonna be like the Daytona
well,
issue
no one-
all over again.
No one uses
New spells.
Nova spells
That's true.
in the Crying Sky raid anyway, so
That
it
is
wouldn't
true.
really change much.
That's
That-
true.
Do
but I
people
mean,
use Walrus spells in there?
You can't.
You can't.
Why?
Their AoEs.
Their AoE
No, the
is-
bottom path.
It's 170. It's 170. And
Oh, sorry. I
163.
thought you said Cabal's. Yeah, I got them mixed up.
I mean, everyone uses them in
Use
Cabal.
smaller AoEs in the Cabal raid though. Wait, you just got a badge cam.
Yeah, I got the standard mode one. Revealed the sun.
Wait, the standard mode is less? I didn't pay attention when I was.
It
looking back
is.
there.
It's 5 less.
Wait, it's
Uh,
So you
five
only have
less?
5 more.
Yeah. Well, no. Actually, wait. No, it's not 5 less. It's like 15 less. Yeah. Sorry. I still have 16 to go. Because obviously I did standard once before I did challenge, so. Yeah. I'm at
What are the
24
other
It'd
out
be
of
options?
fun
40.
to just let us jump right into challenge mode, not having to do standard first.
On what's that? Oh yeah,
think
when I don't know when we would do that, but that is something that
I mean,
we
to
want to
be
do
fair,
ultimately.
Now that I think about it, the purple coin comet is just doing like the gatekeeper of the apocalypse. That is the purple coin comet, pretty
Yeah. But yeah, that could be
Trying to
an
think of the-
interesting thing.
much. Oh,
to
the
do for
fast
Ultimate.
foes! Oh my goodness. How would fast foes work in Wiz? Oh no, they attack twice in one turn.
I mean, I feel like if you shaved off 5 minutes out of Crying Sky, could you still do it?
You could
Yes.
do it normally, yeah. Because
I-
they added 5 minutes were added to it recently.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's
people
definitely-
weren't able to beat it before we added time. Thought.
Some people probably could. Some people probably couldn't.
It was
Well, I know
definitely
the
doable.
first raid win came after that change. Or are you talking about a different time ad, the one where we?
No, there was another one where Artie said, yeah, we're making some small changes to raids, like how it was like after Cabal came out, they added 5 more minutes to the raid.
Yeah, is that
was
when we
nice
split it
good.
up to where like you get more time from defeating the?
No, that
Dudes.
was
Or that was a while ago?
That was way earlier. That was when it was still in test room, I think.
Okay. Never mind then.
I'm trying to think. It's not all
While,
of them.
while we're talking about Crying Sky, I want you to know that there is still a bug in the South puzzle where if people, I'm convinced if people are lagging a lot in the raid, that the tokens won't work, which is why most guilds now fail the South puzzle before the raid really starts, kill the mob, and then it's fine. Which I know is not intended, but that's
Weird.
what everyone does now. Because the South puzzle bugs like half the time.
I think
Really?
it's got something to do with like what's an insta pull. Like, I think it's like tree or something is the only one like you don't need. If it's tree and you find it in the south, you do not rotate the thing,
Weird.
or
There's a
else it'll bug.
It's not entirely sure what the issue is, but it's weird.
Yeah, that's odd. I do remember that one, and we tested that one a lot, and I don't think I don't remember it being bugged any of our runs, but this is not the first time I've heard it though.
The last comment to go over is the blue one, which is different in both Galaxy 1 and 2, which is the Cosmic Clone comment, which
Yep.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't be able to do a one-to-one thing, but just the idea that like extra challenge is possible, yeah, that could be fun.
I know even the really easy and mediocre game of Princess Peach's Showtime also had challenges with its bosses, but those were not
Yeah.
unlocked until after you beat the game. And they were hard challenges too. They were like beat a boss. You had to beat the final boss without taking damage, and that fight takes like a bare minimum of 15 minutes.
They got rid of stuns, we can't do that anymore.
True.
Well, I'm not saying for the 1-to-1 Daredevil's comment, we each have 1 HP. Like I said, my idea was lowering the attack.
Steve, you're onto something. What if we go into a raid and use smoke screen and then mantle on the boss? They can never hit.
Yeah, sure. Do that against High Priestess Kameka, and you totally won't see the message "I survived death." You're right. And then cast Glacial Fortress.
I really like that they made it so if you use a negative aura in Crying Sky, that they just become unkillable.
You become unkillable? How
Yeah,
so?
like a
It
Oh, yeah.
triggers the
Immunity
supernova
to that.
cheat.
Right. It triggers the supernova cheat. Yeah, right.
But it's not even that they just remove it and deal damage to you or something. It's that you literally can't remove it ever again. You just flat out lose.
Yeah, that's probably a bit harsh.
Or well, the only way to counter that is to have Thieving Dragon or
Thieving Dragon doesn't
Monster
work on
Mash.
invulnerability.
Oh really?
Yeah, it doesn't work on invulnerability.
Oh, never mind then.
It's
You
the
just
it's the same principle with invulnerability, and using supernova. You can't supernova it off, which is why Ground End previously didn't have a supernova cheat. There's no need for one because supernova
find
doesn't remove invulnerability.
I'll find a way to break
Right.
it again. I'm sure.
That would be why. Yeah.
No, Cam foolproofed it by making him heal to full HP. You can't do it. You can't even use Nightbringer, bro. I already thought about it.
Oh, that's
That
what I
is-
was. What about Daybreaker?
Bro, that's the same thing. You're not getting past it. He's just gonna heal to
What-
full
so-
HP.
Yeah,
Alright, we're
nice
just gonna
try.
have to brute force it, and we're gonna have to use the life power Nova spell.
But
Surely
did
that
you
would-
notice in the update notes you don't have to single target the SAMs anymore?
Well, I knew about the AoE cheat was being removed when I was testing
Yeah.
what could work. I was like, well, he said he removed a cheat, and if I had to guess, there's one of 2 cheats he could have removed. And I said one was more likely than the other, and that was the AoE cheat.
Yeah.
I'm just not a huge fan that. Oh, I mean that's a good thing because back then, if you used a 7-pip hit, it would cause problems.
Bro, you couldn't even use You couldn't even use Barbarian Saga. It would bug out. Oh my god, it was so bad. If you tried to use Barbarian Saga.
Did it think that was a multi-target?
So no, what happened is it would think that it was an AOE and then you would get the AOE triage, and then sometimes this was very inconsistent. Sometimes he put his invulnerability aura back up.
What?
It was like the dumbest bug ever.
Yeah, why does it think that's oh, you
Because
know
of the overtime. It's because of the overtime.
the
The
over
I
overtime is
had
what
to
broke
use.
it.
I had to use Bronze Elephant TZs to beat
That's
the
weird.
boss.
I'd have to look into that.
I think it's probably fixed now that the AOE cheat's gone, but it was a really dumb bug.
Yeah.
I don't know why Baron von Bracken has a top shield though. I think that's
Yeah. Also, Almond's probably crying. I fixed the Lady Stone
Stone
Gaze
Gaze.
exploit. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
It's okay, guys. We still have Takanobu the Master.
Listen, next time when you're gonna fix a boss, fix it after I get the spell elements that are upgraded in like several years. 'Cause now in 2 years when you add the storm spell, the life spell and the balance spell to those, I'm gonna have to actually play the game. I just don't like getting the wands on Lady Stone Gaze. That's all. Not a huge fan of the wands.
Yeah, honestly, that was my number one like gripe about it. I'm like, these blindfold hits are cool, but like I think the wand hit is kind of dumb. I don't think it should be in that pool of spells. It should always be a 6-pip hit or higher. I don't know why. Bro, what is a troll gonna do?
Do not diss the troll. As an upper path troll, and there's 2 things I love in this world: Carmel Raid and upper path troll.
But it wasn't even upper path, bro. It was like tier 1.
Don't diss the troll.
It wasn't even tier 2A. It was tier 1.
I have beaten
Oh god,
many.
do I powerless right now?
Yes, you power it. Don't worry, you got it.
How much accuracy do you have?
Hey,
To storm or balance?
Storm.
be there.
Ooh, 0? I don't know.
Well, you haven't fizzled yet on all of your lightning
Right.
locusts.
Are you guys doing challenge modes?
Mother son.
Oh wait, do you have a team of 4 already?
Yeah.
We're doing a really niche, specific strat.
Cam, what are your favorite top 5 CM combats? So you can't say like Crying Sky Raid. You'd have to specify like the Hun Hao fight.
Wait,
Like, what-
CM?
what- Challenge mode.
Medulla.
Oh, what are my favorite challenge mode fights?
Yeah.
I think he means
They
advanced
could-
combat, though.
They could be it could be anything. So
Ooh,
ones you've
that's
designed, ones you've not designed.
It's very
Hmm.
unfortunate.
Gotta put Nightmare up there. It's fun. Oh, but
Go
you said
on.
I couldn't
Which
say
one?
that. I'd have to say a specific fight. Okay. Let me. I've definitely designed more than I've not. So the ones that I didn't were Crash, Freddy, this one, Medulla. Well, although I did actually change Medulla.
Oh yeah.
Like
And
Medulla.
Trident, I think I modified a little bit.
Trident,
Trident, I didn't really do much.
Stuff though.
I didn't do Taking Tree. The thing is, I think Kansu will be up there, even though I haven't played it yet, at least on live. It just, well, I have, like, obviously I've played it, I've designed it, so that one has to be up there. Kansu is really fun.
I love it.
And then, what did you say? Top 3, or just top ones? Generic.
Top 3. We can go top 3.
In no particular order. Kansu.
Oh, there we go.
Fleets was fun. I know you hated it.
I just hated it because of animation.
Yeah.
Like it's got Atavis syndrome, which I'm now officially, unofficially, officially dubbing any fight with animation problems, Atavis syndrome. I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah. Wait, let me go through. There's got to be some rematch that I like. That has got to be high. Let me see.
Really, you love Jade Oni rematch.
Yeah, surely.
So let me just go through them
Early.
all. Okay, so these. Yeah.
Jacob,
Oh
keep
no,
from
she
saying me.
got pulled.
Oh.
I lagged for a second.
All right.
I'll just play.
You want
I
me to
gotta
send you
use
a
the person
pen?
anyway.
Oh.
Um,
You know the one thing that's really sad? I can no longer send fiery explosions into people's fights unless it's a dungeon.
Yeah, maybe Ramakroc. Jade Oni like, so in Arc 1 rematches, I think Jade Oni is the only one that you have to really think about. Which is
Think about it. You gotta beg for mercy.
which is a both good and bad thing. I don't know if I'd put that up there, but out of Arc 1, I think I like Nightshade. That one I didn't design originally, but that one I did like.
Even close.
Out of Imperial, I'm just gonna say my favorite of the groups. Of Wallaroo, overall it would be Nightmare, but specific fight would be Fleets. Imperia, probably Trident. Arc 2, probably Tsitsi. Ooh, Tsitsi or Mithraya. Those
I
I
was
like
a
both of
TT
those.
hater for a while, and then once he fixed it, it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, the random chance of just not being able to win. Yeah. Fleets over Nightmare? No, I said Nightmare over Fleets, but specific fights, I would say Fleets. Like, I wouldn't put any individual fight in the Nightmare over Fleets. But the experience of the Nightmare I liked the best. So yeah, between Tsitsi and Mithraya, probably still Tsitsi. And then Selenopolis, of course, it's gonna be Kansu, even though I haven't really done much of
Hey, I just
any of these yet.
play
Oh, so you know that Loon Knight is extremely unfun. All right, gotcha.
I
Glad we
didn't
could
say
agree on
that.
Well, no, I'm just sounding
Except
like
it
those
hasn't done
people
it
that
live yet.
I haven't
I'm
done
just-
it
I'm just-
live yet.
I'm just acting like those people that twist words. They say Hans is his favorite, therefore Loon Knight is. He knows it's a horrible experience.
I do not
Wait,
want
with
to do
with
Loon Knight
with,
again.
with Loon Knight Challenge, do you still got to go through the other 2 ducks?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is why you
Yeah,
only
I
have
mean-
to do it 10 times because
Yeah,
it
for some
takes a long
reason,
time.
For some reason, if you buff once in the first fight, you just lose 2/6 of your health or 1/3 of your health. Like it's just gone. There's nothing you can do about it.
Wow.
In the
I
wait,
just
why?
think- Okay, well, assuming you have a storm hitter and they have like 10k HP, that duck that's supposed to be a Mockenspiel in disguise does 3,000 damage.
Wait,
It's just ludicrous.
Um,
Why does it do so much?
Wait,
I
wh-
just remembered something important. So, Iron
Hmm.
Curse. Please tell me you're planning a B path for Iron Curse.
at some point maybe. We haven't really looked at the event spells much, other than
Oh well, good
Yeah.
because well, Iron Curse is now one of the only trainable professor spells that cannot be used in PvP.
that is true. Yeah, it would need a multi-target path.
Oh, what about the
Yes.
Arc 3 rematches, huh? You
Those
got a
don't
favorite
exist
there?
yet, and I didn't design any of them. But
Really?
yeah,
Can you tell us like what bosses they might be?
It's definitely Grandfather Spider from
Well,
Rock.
I the rat. Most
well, so
likely.
the rat, grandfather spider, storm titan, are the 3.
Yeah. That's yeah. Unfortunately,
Also
yeah,
known
I
as
don't think it'd be
Titan's
cool enough.
Trident.
Uh,
But
oh,
it's, I mean,
I
the
thought
fight
it'd
is
been cool
against
if it was
Storm Titan,
Aether Titan.
even though
Well-
you're technically fighting the Trident.
wait a second. The Trident already has a challenge mode, so like, would we be re-fighting the challenge mode through the rematch?
No, so rematches are different completely from their in-world counterparts. So we had to make that decision for Arc 3 because Arc 3 bosses are where the bosses start to have cheats. So a challenge mode version of the boss would try to keep the story cheats as much as possible and keep exactly what they were, but rematches are different. We want the gameplay to be different. Like if we made a challenge mode Jade Oni in Mushu, it wouldn't be the rematch.
I just realized it probably would make sense for because the rematch. I'm assuming the rematch would canonically take place after you fight the Titan. It would actually maybe be an Aether Titan rematch.
Well,
That'd
that
be
one
cool.
isn't much of a fight.
Well, I know that the actual fight against the Aether
And
Titan is
you
more
can't-
or less a playable cutscene. I'm thinking more like you're the wizard without the paradox, and somehow the Aether Titan has come back to life, and you have to fight the Aether Titan without any paradox abilities.
It would kind of ruin the idea that he's huge, because if you have just players against him, then
Well, I mean, you would. The Aether Titan would still look huge. But you would be shrunk down, right?
it would look like the size of a combatant. Like
I was not paying attention. I'm glad I did everything correctly.
no, but like you're supposed to be fighting you're like gods.
Right. So, programming wise, like if you were to somehow be yourself, not the paradox, in front of the paradox Titan, the paradox Titan and the whole land around you would be shrunken. Well, I mean, the pet is huge, so
the
guess
pet being
that's-
huge does definitely take you out of it. But
yeah, now that I
but
think
it's just
about it, maybe-
if you're actual wizards, that just takes you out of it even more. So I don't know about that. And
Why
also
not
like that
just
fight
make a
was
polymorph?
a solo
wait,
only.
wait. I actually just had a. Well, this would be really hard to do, but for Arc 3, what if we just face the 3 Titans?
Wow, that wouldn't be Arc 3 then.
Well,
Yeah, I'm about to say
the
that'd
Storm Titan.
be. Bro,
Yeah,
we never
I'm-
even fought the other 2. We fought their
Well,
aberrant versions and no.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that is correct. I don't know, just thought it'd be a cool idea.
It would be
Bro, I'm
cool,
not-
but man, that
I'm not
would be...
ready for. I'm not ready for Manticore's Madness challenge mode, bro. No. No. Absolutely not.
You don't know. Maybe
Man,
you'd
I'm
love
back
it.
to couch mode.
Well, when it's 4 bosses involved, that's how you know that counter about to be 15. Oh
I
my.
mean, I'm actually remembering that I've tried to design some weird boss cheats myself. Like, for Malistaire, like his usual form, I made up minor cheats for him where any dot or hot would instantly detonate or activate due to the presence of the Fire Titan trying to wake up. And it would have like the old Sylvia cheat where like defeating all his minions spawned a Sylvia minion who helps you.
Yeah. The Sylvia. Unfortunately, the one that actually looks like Sylvia doesn't have combat animations, which is why we had to use the Wraith version of her in the rematch.
Oh.
But
Well,
yeah.
Wait,
she
then
used
what
to
the
have
heck-
combat animations. They must have lost it somewhere.
Yeah, what the heck was because by Sylvia cheat is based on an old version of Malistaire who used to have 1,000,000 health.
Yeah, I thought we looked into that, but she didn't. I thought she didn't have certain things that she needed. Like, yeah.
I'm still
That's-
very
I don't
upset
remember
that
why,
kind of
Oh wait, I remembered the last cheat I gave him. Apparently it was if you heal, he would then cast an infection on the person who got healed, which was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fairly basic and pretty much very easily counterable as long as the healer doesn't heal themselves. But
Oh, I see people talking about.
and that was kind of my original idea for introducing cheats until you brought in the Celestia prequest. There are 2 Shadow Weavers like introduced cheating, which reminds me, those guys have way too much outgoing damage. Like, why do they have it at all if none of the Arc 2 enemies do?
Which ones?
The Shadow Weavers in the prequest.
it's because of a change in
Oh,
combat
just
model.
change in how mobs are created. They
Well-
shouldn't have too much outgoing damage. How much do they have?
They have enough to like 2-shot you.
Interesting. Well,
Well, yeah, turn 1 they'll hit you with a Hydra that takes out half your health, assuming you're at the level where you fight them normally. So, and given none of the rest of the Arc 2 mobs or Arc 1 mobs have it, it's like a bunch of whiplash. So I think they should be reduced or removed significantly in their outgoing damage.
yeah, we might need to make some adjustments there. I'll take a note of that.
I would say something similar about some of the weaving bosses, like this one, though that's not as pressing since those are like side activities.
Well, only the first weaving one. The first weaving quest is supposed to be level 60, I think. Right.
No, level
50,
50.
50. And the second one's level 60, and the third one's level 70.
Yes.
Which means the fourth one will be level 80,
Mhm.
the fifth
Yeah.
one will be level 90, and the sixth one will be level 100. You know.
Actually, I'm curious, how far will you go with the ranks? Will it go infinite
Honestly,
high or?
if it were up to
Well,
me, I'd say it needs to be capped somewhere. As cool as the idea is to keep going and add more stuff, it's just like I think it like similar to crafting, like it eventually needs to end. 'Cause then it just becomes too much.
Why?
I think rank 8 might be a good stopping point.
8 or 9, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know.
Because
I
let's say if we're later down the line, assuming the game's still around, we're at rank 10, and someone just starts like to pick up the game, they'd have to do all 10 of those.
Well, that's kind of the
That's just
problem that we're facing now with with the just
okay,
levels in
look,
general.
If someone, if someone's just starting, then they'd only really do one weaving rank every world.
Yeah, I don't think I think
So-
more get added, new people would probably not do every weaving possibility on every character kind of thing.
Make it required in raids, please.
Make it required in raids.
Don't Do not make it required in raids, please.
All I heard is make it required in raids.
I mean, listen, I'll be fine. I just see a guild with wizards 118. Jesus. I'm on my alt account, just still vibing in Khrysalis, and a guy with wizards 118 ran by.
Yeah, I made an attempt to make people dual school in the raid. It didn't really work.
Dual school in what raid? Which one?
Polaris in one of the side bosses.
Which one?
Poison Oak.
Was one?
Oh, was
Poison
Poison
Oak.
Oak the dual school attempt? The only one that I don't dual school in?
Wait, what's
Nature
he
adapts.
called? He's the
Can you?
Yeah, Poison Oak. Yeah, so basically he was supposed to have enough health to the point where if you hit him, since he limits how much damage you can actually do, because you can't blade, right? So you can only trap and
You can't trap. He's
okay,
a light.
never mind, other way around. So you can blade, but you can't trap. And
Wait, isn't he life ice?
He's life.
Life Storm.
Life
Oh.
Storm. Okay, yeah. So
Can't
so you
hide.
can so
Okay,
you can't so you can only
remove-
blade and you can't use the same school twice basically. So the idea was you'd have to have 4 people dual schooling and hit them with all these different schools of spells because you can't use the same one
Alright,
twice.
good question. So, like, after the Wizard City rewrite, could we see other worlds be somewhat rewritten?
I don't know. The first one was because it's what people are presented with first, and specifically before the paywall is really important. So I don't think we would give the other like we did a graphical update on Croc, but didn't touch the story. I think that's probably how we would do it moving
They
forward.
pushes graphics. If you don't put in the pandas from Pirate 101, I will be very upset.
I guess the only rewrite idea I had was with Crocotopia, where, well, in regular Crocotopia, Malistaire barely appears, and I had this weird idea where in the Tomb of Storms, he, pretends to ally with you while secretly planning to steal the Croconomicon himself, so he fights alongside you and has way too strong spells, and then you reach Marleybone and reach the dog who says, "Sorry, but you gotta help the city to get your book, or else no book." And Malistaire will suddenly disappear, and then Marleybone would go on as usual.
Yeah, I do. So we did add, since we added that Celestia prequest, there were a couple threads from Arc 1 that were never resolved that we got to resolve, which was really made me really happy. So Malistaire steals Bartleby's eye, but you never, after you defeat Malistaire, you never go back to Bartleby and say hey, sorry, he didn't have your eye or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was resolved in Barrage, where we learned of the Cabal.
Exactly,
and
that was
everything
so
for it.
the people the people who just complete Arc 1 were just what the heck happened to
Oh
that?
yeah, and also I just remember something else I would update in the Crocotopia story. So in Salinopolis, people are saying you outright killed Crocopatra, but in the current story, what looks like what happens is Crocopatra, after you defeat her, laughs in your face and then leaves.
Mhm.
So why are people saying she's dead and that you killed her?
I don't know. It's funny, yeah. It's very Wiz is very loose with when you kill enemies and when you just defeat them.
No, we
so,
vanquish in this game. All right.
Yeah. So my assumption, at least as of now, is that after Crocopatra laughs at your face and then walks away, the ghost of
He just
Crocotep runs up, attacks her, and then sends her to Anubis or something.
Wait, what happened?
And the wizard is weirdly credited for the kill because,
Huh.
well, Crocotep's already gone and wouldn't take credit because he's gone, so they just blame you.
Interesting. What's what is it in Pokemon when they die? Did they faint?
They're fainted,
they
yeah.
faint.
Yeah. Yeah. We make our
Except for
enemies
in the
faint.
anime where they die sometimes.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I mean, there are definitely times where you kill people. After you defeat Malistaire in Dragonspire and in Darkor, he literally turns into a ghost.
Well, he's already dead in Dark Door.
I was going off of the Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare rule, where they change any instead of team deathmatch, it's team vanquish, and then kill confirmed is vanquish confirmed. They called it in that game.
I-
You got a certain amount of vanquishes.
I will say though, there is kind of a rewrite for Arc 1, because didn't everyone, I think Malasier at one point had most of his lines rewritten and revoiced. And I hadn't done Arc 1 in a long time till recently when I was leveling up my alt account. And it's fairly different. Like, Malisier's more relevant than he was initially, I feel.
Really?
Because it gives me the feeling he's more relevant, and with the Wizard City revamp, it really pushes you that he's going to Krakatopia, and you have to follow Malasier there. I don't really recall that we followed Malasier there beforehand.
Yeah, well, actually, that's the one thing in the Wizard story where I really like, where the part where you encounter Malasier and Dworgen in the Death School, that wasn't there before, and I do like that change, especially above the weird inclusion of the Great One and siding and pushing Private Ryan to the side in favor of Skinny Lizzo.
My one issue, though,
I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna quickly sell my jewels.
Okay.
my one issue is with Dworgen though, because when that interaction happens, Dworgen is like still the attendant, and there's no mention of Dworgen becoming the professor. Just all of a sudden is.
Well, I mean, Dworgen's the only one there anymore, and Alistair's definitely gone, so I think Dworgen... Well, and I'm guessing Dworgen, not really knowing what to do, just decides to be the professor. I mean, he's still known as the deaf assistant, so maybe Dworgen doesn't even consider himself a professor.
Am I weird for thinking that the canon school of the wizard is life? I think it is.
Is it because
how
they're
come?
number one in PvP right now?
No, it has nothing to do with PvP.
Why is
Is
it?
it because they have Bartleby as a spell?
Yeah, bro, they get Bartleby as a spell. The main antagonist of the first arc's wife was the original professor for the School of Life. And to further concrete my evidence, the 15-year anniversary video that's on the Wizard 101 YouTube channel takes the position of a life wizard. And takes you through the entirety. It goes all the way up to Arc 3, I think, that video. Because you fight Grandfather Spider, but there's no mention of the sign in the video, I think.
You want the Avatar stuff, right? Not Manifest.
Avatar's the good stuff.
Who is Holly Dolly?
I'm Samantha.
So
hi.
but my first wizard was a myth because I thought it stood out
Well,
like a sore thumb amongst the other schools. I guess so did Balance too.
all right.
So I transferred this wizard over, but my very first was in ice after I did the personality test.
Mine was Myth. I took the personality test, and whenever I take it now, it's either Death or Ice.
Well,
Because
it's,
unfortunately, at the end, no matter what you pick at the end for the jewel, it's the school you get is the jewel you pick.
yeah, I was gonna say it's the what jewel
it-
is your favorite test.
It's awful for that one reason.
Yeah, but
because
the only
my
thing that
favorite-
the previous ones matter for is which jewels are at the end.
But you can get like 5 different jewels at the end, but my favorite jewel is a sapphire, so I will always get Ice.
Yep.
Wow.
See, I stick to my birthstone, but like I just can't play Storm, bro.
I like blue, and I also like sapphires. It's actually funny. My parents got a birthstone, that whole superstition thing where you get a birthstone for your kid, and mine was actually mine was pink for some reason. They shipped it in pink. It was a pink sapphire.
Yeah. I feel like they need to. I feel like an update on that test would be fun.
That would be huge. If
Like
they
so
did
that it actually. Yeah, there's a couple more questions and it actually picks one for you.
There's being a Pokemon, there's a Pokemon game that has like a personality quiz, and it determines what character you play as in the game. It's the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, and those drive me insane because you wanna pick your favorite Pokemon. You don't care what your personality is. You wanna play as your favorite Pokemon. Like, yeah, sure, I could be, Bulbasaur, but everyone wants to play the Railu character. So, you gotta
Bro,
take
I will
a
always
15-minute test and reset.
Oh, wait, Jacob, I just realized we're in the same guild, so you hear about the Takanoba?
Takanobis?
Takanobo, the Mushu guy, we're gonna farm him with the portal thing.
Oh, I am good. If they need me, I'll help again. But next week is my break week from Wiz. I am done. I need to go
Yo,
outside.
Cam, I got
Sounds
grass.
good.
I got a small question about the combat model.
Yep.
So, the highest tier, the tier 4 versions of both Takanobu and Lambit are scaled to the exact same level 150. So,
Okay.
why is it that Lambit Fire has 9,000 more health than Takanobu? Is there a specific reason for that?
I don't know. I'm guessing at the time it was made just based on what the original version was. So maybe the Avalon version had a lot of health.
I mean, I do think Takanobo is lighter on. No. Lambent Fire is lighter on the cheats than Takanobo is. So
Well, they're lighter
maybe
on the
that's
cheats
a
because
factor.
they're way easier to ignore. Like, for one, don't Fireblade. Two, if the minions are alive for more than 2 turns, that you get like immolate spam. It's annoying.
Yeah,
So-
so it's and with Takanobo on the other hand, it's like you can't blade unless it's protected or a tri-blade, but it's a but the tri-blade only works for specific schools.
Fun fact: you can't storm shield in that fight. It's really funny.
Like, you
He
can't.
says my blade. What does he say? Like, my blade dodges your shields and I'll cast Storm Prism on you. You Storm Shield.
That is honestly hilarious.
I think it's just really funny. Like, a boss prisms you. Imagine. Actually, no. I remember specifically Ferric when he did his on a budget walkthrough against Renegade Druid. He set for Storm, and so he would have to. He was not ready for Storm Prism, and a Rasulka doing 3k because it hit to his Myth Resist and not his Storm Resist. I remember that. That was an experience, bro. Like, oh my goodness. The classic. That was like the most like I used to think like putting prisms on boss was like the most random thing ever. Just like, why did they have that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like-
Matt, it doesn't. Assuming that
For a
you were going
while-
for one school of resist for some reason.
But I think that was like Magnetic's like thing. He's like, well, everyone's gonna do this in like a team setting, and so I'm assuming that everyone's gonna set to this boss if they're gonna farm it inevitably. And so in order to make it, more annoying, so they can't set as easily, I'm just gonna make them have prism.
Maybe, I guess. Yeah.
Man, when are prisms gonna have a use in advance?
They do.
That does remind me, honestly. So like, some prisms, like, they don't match identity in terms of what they convert, and well,
No,
so
they do
like,
not, yeah.
could we see an alternate version of some prisms where they do follow the identity, like a version of Fire Prism that turns it into storm damage?
Maybe,
Actually,
yeah. It would
real-
it would probably just go backwards on the wheel.
I thought it would be opposite, like Myth and Storms, Fire and Death.
No, well, so where would you use it, right? So if say you were a fire wizard, the school that theoretically would resist you would be Storm, so you would want to go into ice damage, so it should go forward on the wheel.
Oh, that's why I said Death, because it goes the opposite, so that way.
So fire to ice
way
would
more-
stay as it is, but yeah, then
Oh,
ice
wait,
would
Fire
go into
to
Storm,
Ice.
and then Storm would go into
My
fire.
bad. I was confusing it. I meant Ice Prism goes into Storm.
Yeah, right. Yep, that makes sense. Liam, what's up? Where I been? So I came back on Tuesday this week, but I have been in a lot of places. I have been nonstop. Still am, by the way, because my mother-in-law's in town. But I've been nonstop with family, my
Family
wife's
maxing.
and mine, for like 2 months plus. So that, yeah, I took quite a bit off of streaming for holiday time and whatnot. But I decided, about now is the time to come back. So I am back. Any news on Storm Ninja Pigs changes? That's not a spell that exists. Unless you're talking about
That
the Beastman
Heket?
form.
I was about to say Heket. I think. Is it Heket?
No,
No.
Heket isn't a Storm Ninja Pigs because that's a 7-pip spell, not a 6-pip one.
Hold on. Isn't
Yeah,
Path B 6 pips? Or is it 4 pips?
4 pips.
4 pips.
is 4. No, there's a fusion that's 6.
Yeah. Fusion at 6 pips. Is that the Starfall one?
I don't
It's the
remember.
Starfall one.
I think maybe both of them are, the Blade one and the Starfall one. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That one. Starfall Heket.
That's the Storm Ninja Pig.
I'm looking at your concept, Torpson. I'm assuming this is for Hammer Dude.
Bro, I had such a cool concept for
Oh, it has
reworking
2 different minions.
Uh,
Wild.
for reworking Nethelnax, bro, but I realized how broken it was.
Hmm.
It was
Honestly-
broken because the concept around it involved negative auras, but like if you know anything about traps and dots in Base Moon, it'd be the same thing with negative auras. At least the concept I had.
Yeah,
Because it was
would
like
be a little
incoming
busted.
damage. It was incoming damage negative auras. I was like, oh, we could toy with this idea. It seems really cool. But then if you put dots into the equation, it just becomes stupid.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, people say that dots suck in Beast Moon, so.
Oh, you know what? Green light, guys. Green light.
Well, in this past update of forums, I tried to challenge that, so we'll see how they go once they're kind of
In Beast Mode,
start getting
unless
released.
Everyone is playing a dot form in PvP, in which case you can't do anything about it and you die.
When's Fire Croc?
Hey, Firecroc is actually honestly, I should
it
try
should be-
doing takes on like
Firecroc
past
should be the
beast
next
forms
scroll.
to try and make
so-
them a bit more identity based.
Next
you know,
scroll, you
that-
say? Well, yeah.
Assuming I'm right. I should be next scroll because I think Balance Colossus is gonna be what, June or something.
Alright guys, it's time to revert the elo chains. Liam got Warlord apparently.
You hit Warlord on the Storm. Wow. You devs can't hold me back anymore. We weren't we weren't really trying to. In fact, we were saying that you could, I guess. I don't know actually what we were saying, but
I don't know,
Time for me
but
to get Warlord
Liam
now.
does say stuff like the game is sometimes feels designed against him or something.
yeah, well, I
my-
can assure you it's not true at all.
My Storm can dual score into fire. I have perfect fire and storm accuracy with all the stat caps. I use
Storm
20
can't
storm
dual
caps.
school.
The stat caps you care about, you mean?
Stat caps I care
Okay.
about. Yes, I'm 128 health off from stat caps.
Oh wait, I just remembered. When's the next double pet XP? Because I'm saving my mega snacks
It's
for
every
that.
week. Assume it's every weekend, and if it's not, then it's the next weekend. That's how you. That's how it is with double pet XP.
All right.
Yo, if there's, I
Well,
hate
it
to
better
say
be
this.
after free fishing, because I'm gonna have an aneurysm if it's not free fishing.
Free fishing will be the first or second week of February, and you'll like it.
Wait,
gonna be
so
next
like
weekend.
when you said this weekend, I don't think there is a membership bonus going on right now.
There
Yeah,
is-
free training point back.
Training point buyback.
Great train. Oh right, that.
I
I
meant-
got confused because like in Pirate there's going to be a KI thing that says what it is, while in here that doesn't really exist.
That's because Pirate 101 is the better game.
We track
I
it down
cannot-
every
I cannot
Friday morning
disagree.
at 10:30 a.m.
I even though I haven't really touched it in a while, I do like Pirate.
Cam, I just have one request though. Myth Cyclops needs to have a 0 pit minion. We got to keep the tradition going.
So why zero? Oh wait, do all the myth forms have a
All
zero
myth
pit
forms
minion?
have a 0 pit minion.
Is that
Wow.
so?
We gotta keep it. Please. I don't want a sore thumb to stick out.
He's gonna not do it. Just
I
to spite
genuinely
you.
Bro,
don't
Send this
remember.
question
Like,
real quick.
I have short-term memory with Beast Moon forms. You know this. So I genuinely don't
So-
remember what spells he had.
So, funnily enough, what my own fan-made myth form, well, it has one. It actually has 2 minions. One negative minion that is 0 pips that follows it, but dun dun dun, it also has a 1 pip minion. Breaking the tradition.
Yep.
Like, who does?
I'm gonna
Who doesn't
have
want
make
Pip-Minion?
Debop have an aneurysm.
No, I'm gonna have a conniption actually.
That one.
What's a
Very different.
conniption?
You don't want to know.
I kind of want to. What the hell is a conniption?
I've heard it before, but I can't define it.
I'm looking it up. Conniption.
It's
All right, a fit of rage or hysterics.
a fit of violent emotion. Yep.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
All right.
Hello.
All good.
Oh wait, Cam, I just realized something I really should ask. So, will every single spell, with the exception of weaving spells, be cross-trainable someday?
I wouldn't say that.
Really want to train Myth
Well, I
Prism
mean,
or
not
Ice?
literally every spell in existence, but like everything the professor would give you from like maybe quests or like a unicorn.
I'm not sure because there's spell like are we gonna give Stormblade to everybody? Are we gonna give Elemental Shield to everybody?
You
I
give
don't
Ice
really.
Trap to everyone
mean-
and Life Trap.
I feel like it's a bit of a weird trend I've been seeing where when you added Impair and Purge, you just kind of let everybody train it rather than making it exclusive to Ice and Myth respectively.
Right? Yeah, we did do that. I think people appreciated that though.
Cam, hear me out. The level 100 spell on the Ice Professor in the Arcanum is Ice Trap.
That is true. I know, and I do know that some. I think Myth Trap as well is on Cyrus,
I think, yeah, Myth Trap is just trainable. Same with
Windstorm Trap is
Windstorm,
trainable.
and Storm Trap and
Trap,
Windstorm. Yeah, that
Life
like.
Trap.
But like, are we gonna give non-storms Tempest?
Yes, you should give us Myth Tempest. It'll just be yellow water.
Yes. I mean, given I think Tempest should really be Storm's low pip selected target AoE, yes.
You give it to Ice. It's now time to give Myth yellow water. And also give Myth a mashup spell. It's Myth and Balance Eat It.
Bro, I saw.
Oh, I actually
Roche's
came
eyes.
up with the Myth and Balance.
What's
one
what's
for Myth.
Ice's
Alright,
mashup
so, like,
spell?
Alright, let me describe the animation. So, like, a Basilisk comes out and it's about to do its stun animation, but suddenly a Minotaur starts riding it like a bull, and then the Minotaur and riding the Basilisk just runs into you in a panic.
I'm sure the animation team will have a blast animating that one. That sounds miserable for them. I just want a gobbler and a frog at the same
Wait,
time.
Cam,
That's
did
all I
you just
want.
ask what Ice's expert spell is?
No, I asked what their mashup spell is. Like, I didn't think they had like a
I
Burning
think
Rampage, Sacred
technically-
Charge.
Technically, they kind of do. It depends.
Are you?
could
Do you
argue
count
Woolly
Woolly Mammoth?
If you could, but yeah, no, Ice doesn't have one either. No, I don't.
Okay, I was like, I wouldn't count Mammoth or Snow Pig, which is kind.
No,
Both of
you're
them
right,
start
I-
with Evil Snowman to an extent.
It's less of an offense for Ice, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Myth one should be Gobbler and Frog, because everyone will get upset when you use it, and I think that'd be wonderful.
What would even happen? Like the gobbler pukes? No, the frog pukes while the gobbler farts on. Oh god, that would be
man.
gross.
The Humongo Frog pukes up a gobbler who falls behind you and then gets up and farts on you.
Okay, that's
Jeez.
that might be.
So
might be
juvenile.
Yeah, that I kind of prefer my idea with the Minotaur riding. the
Actually, you know what?
Basilisk.
The Humongo Frog Gobbler mashup is kind of Snack Attack.
What?
It
Snack
kind of
attack.
is, yeah.
Snack Attack is a spell that, I mean, it's not myth, but it's a gobbler that pukes on you, so kind of.
If I were to think of a cool Myth mashup spell, it would probably be Cyclops, and then he's interrupted by I don't know, maybe Earthquake interrupts him, and it just he just falls to
Did
the
I
ground.
tickle?
You did.
In his zone.
Sad. That's okay.
I'm
I think
also,
we.
I'm running storm accuracy and everything.
I think we
Maybe- maybe if it's where we make it less comedic, we take the Cyclops and give it a pet blood bat, and it's like, rather than being goofy or serious, it's actually just cute.
He hits the blood bat into the ground and it creates an earthquake. There you go.
Well, no, I meant like but like the blood bat and the Cyclops are best friends. and they-
We all know that the real mashup would be Medusa Cyclops.
What?
Medusa.
Oh,
so, like-
what?
So like
How-
the Cyclops comes in, and Medusa shows up, and
Turns-
the
turns-
Cyclops then
yeah,
turns to stone, and then
then
the
falls on you.
Medusa would actually I was thinking that the Medusa would grab the Cyclops statue and then hit you over the
What
head
hand?
with it.
With what hands?
No, it's a
Medusa
Medusa
has
earthquake combo. I feel like the Medusa start kind of looks like, you know, she comes out of a crack in the ground, and then suddenly the earth just starts to shake, and then she falls back down, and then it and then it
That's
hits
just
you.
earthquake with extra steps then.
Basically.
Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, I am just leaning more towards this idea of.
Oh,
Medusa
no, I
using
got it,
her
I got
tattoos
it.
as a weapon.
I got it, guys. What we need is we have a Cyclops with a celestial calendar, and he spins the calendar like a wheel of fortune.
Oh no.
And it falls off and it rolls at you.
Excellent.
There you go.
That's a good one. Balance one probably.
And you know what the spell would be called? It'd be called Count Your Days.
That's a quest, count of days.
Isn't that
That's
the second one?
Tolkien stone that everyone skips and then doesn't realize it gives you a trainer point.
Yeah, there's a lot of quest
Actually,
names
I
that get
don't skip
duplicated.
that
I
one.
feel
get
like.
that one every time now. But geez, this Indigo Giant has way too many pips.
Count Your Days, but it's DAZE.
Dragon Ball reference?
No, like Dazed and Confused.
Oh.
Alright, we can all agree that the ice one has to have snowman in it again, correct?
Yeah, evil snowman.
The poor abused snowman.
So the ice one, it's gonna be what is it? Let's see.
In Frost Giant, what would happen is it would start as the Frost Giant animation, and then it would zoom in on like a snowman that's on one of those little mountains, and then would roll down into a big snowball and hit you.
Alright,
Boom.
speaking of Frost Giant, the amount of people that don't realize that there's sheep on that spell is upsetting.
On
Actually,
Frost
no.
Giant?
Why not?
Yeah, there's even a river. No one ever
I
pays
actually,
attention to the river.
I'm one of those people. I didn't know there were sheep on that spell. What? Where?
Really? There's sheep on the. I forget if Iron Sultan has anything like that. I don't remember, but
Iron Curse turns the entire terrain into just iron. That's all it does.
Frost
Even the
Giant,
river.
there's sheep on it, and when the Frost Giant kind of like slams down, the sheep pop up. It's really cute.
They all jump from the earth-shattering thunderclap that he does on his chest. It,
Oh yeah.
it probably
yeah,
wasn't.
Yeah. There's sheep on the mountains. Okay. Yeah.
A snow serpent.
Details
right
that
before
you
it
don't,
attacks.
you'd think you would know.
It's a subtle reference to Apocalypse in the future.
Hmm.
Apocalypse? What? Oh.
A
Although
snow
one of them
serpent,
are
but right
mountain
before it attacks, the snow angel lands on it. The snake screams, scaring the snow angel's horse, and then it throws its lantern at you.
It'll
Nice.
probably do more damage than Snow Angel does, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All these silly spells are reminding me of like those stereos that I made, where like the idea is that, well, alongside the theme of these other spells being goofy, so like the death spell is this thing called Stitch Race, where like a puppet comes in and it's like a death emulate. The self-hit part is like a stage light just falls on the wizard just out of nowhere.
Oh, wait,
And the
it's
actual attack would have the puppet like imitate the wraith, like have it imitate like taking health from you, but then it breaks from the stand thing and flies into you.
I just realized the Wisteria spells, they're all based off spells that we already have. So
Yes.
that like it wouldn't be anything. like the death one, as you said, it could be like Scarecrow.
Guys, would the Death Safari lore spell just be a Greyhorn mercenary?
Oh no.
I really wonder. Oh, I'm sure Kim can't answer this, but Debop, you said at one point that you wanted to do new lore spells every other year and then revisit the old ones on the other offset years. Is that still the case? Like, for example, this year we're getting 7 new lore spells, but are we revisiting like the Dragonspire or like the Aquila, for example, ones as well, or is it just one of the other?
Wait. We're getting a whole new, like, how do we know we're getting 7 new ones?
We get lore spells every summer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but specifically 7?
Yeah,
We
well,
don't know
look at-
that
look at
for
it.
sure.
Okay,
but,
if I look at the pattern, right? If I look at the pattern that from 2023 was the infamous September 27th incident. We got General Lightbane, right? And with General Lightbane, we got 7 brand new spells. Now,
Okay.
they have pretty much the same animation, but with different particle effects. That's the only thing that's different.
Different lightning.
Uh,
Yep.
Particle effects, all right?
And that.
I mean,
And then the year after, we got a revisit of Takanobu and Lambent, even though it was actually Lambent's second time being revisited, because Burning Rampage and Sacred Charge being added to the spell pool, which I still think Burning Rampage should have gone to Ixcac, but whatever.
But it was. I mean, I don't know why, but the spell was just there originally. Like when it dropped as a spell.
So then we were asked the question later, hypothetically, if we wanted new lore spells, where would we want them, being Krokotopia, Marleybone, and Zafaria? And I said Zafaria because I love Captain Hawkins. He's one of my favorite bosses in the entire game.
well, if we're getting one in the other worlds, I don't think they get away with doing the same animation a bunch. The second time, like, I think the Crystal Burrow has a pass because Divum is such a goated character. But I don't think there's anyone like that, especially in Zafaria.
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
Myth,
it's,
Death, and Ice spells will just all be Greyhorn mercenaries because they're Moon School. Oh, and the Balance one too, because Balance is all.
yeah. Yeah.
The Death would either get like the Black Tusk Cultist or Greyhorn mercenary. Get one or the other.
Alright, I can definitely see the Greyhorn Mercenary being one of the spells.
It's just so iconic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heck, there's even
maybe,
like
maybe.
a Greyhorn mod in what's it called? Lemuria?
We all know we're gonna get more Krokotopia spells this year. Alright, I don't know why you guys are talking about the Safari stuff.
I mean, we just got a bunch of Krokotopia themed spells.
Actually, it was Egypt mythology spells and Chameleon Clash.
Well, yeah.
Don't diss Chameleon Clash like that.
Okay, it's because Chameleon Clash is not a thing in Egyptian mythology. That's why I had to separate it before someone
It's
corrected
because
me.
Balance has the raw
I mean, to be
spell.
fair, for-
Because Balance has Raw already. So.
But Chameleon Clash is still funny.
I mean, yeah, it's a good
Love it.
spell. It gets its own spotlight. I'm not tossing it to the side. I'm giving it its own spotlight.
Uh-huh.
Bebop's just ready to like disbalance at all times.
I forget, I haven't used it enough. Does it
What
have
do
the
you-
Orchrist Moon?
Yeah,
No,
it does have
What?
Orthrus
it's-
Moon. It has a subtle
it
Orthrus
does.
Moon.
Yeah, it's not like the one-to-one version.
Alright, then I'm not gonna use it. Sorry.
It's like the patched version. Well, actually, no, it's not the patch. The patched version of the Orthrus Moon is like a normal moon.
Right.
It's
Why
like an
did
act.
they patch it? Does anyone know what the
I
reasoning
think they
is?
found it. I think people said it was too creepy, but they later unpatched it recently.
Basically, they thought it was too creepy and they changed it, and they thought nobody cared about it, and then they found out quickly that they do.
There were people genuinely wanting to stop playing the game over that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wow.
I mean,
I mean,
if there's a spell that's like iconic for like some one like random thing that's involved, I mean, people cry if something about it changes.
I was sad about the animation change to Celestial Calendar because there was a buggy animation for it for a long while when it first came out, and it was just very nostalgic. But now I think there's not even really a background for it anymore, to my knowledge.
I still find it funny that on the Path B version of Spinosaur and Sun Serpent, if the condition was met, you wouldn't see the attack animations. But that was fixed as of the recent patch. At least that's what it says on the update note.
Yeah.
But poor Celestial Intervention Path B is just so weird. Apparently, it can never be fixed.
The heals turned into absorbs are just awful. It's awful. Like, okay, we want these to still be spells, but we're not gonna make them usable by anybody.
Yeah, they seriously need to figure out absorbs, especially if they want to keep them as a mechanic.
Well, clearly they don't. If I look at Improbable Gaze, that used to Gambit Traps for 600 absorbs is now changed to Gambit Traps for minus 60.
Well, I mean, I don't want to completely rule it out just because, well, in the Learn of the Wheel tutorial, they say positive ward. They give both shields and absorbs as examples of Ice's unique effect of positive wards.
I think that like absorb specifically are not overpowered if they have protection on it because you can just remove them by doing damage.
Or draining.
Or draining. They go right by it.
Right.
I mean, I get the whole protected thing for hots and dots to an extent because you don't. Maybe less so deferred dots getting protection wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. It's a weird slippery slope. I get it. But it's just they either need to make all absorbs scale or something.
That's the same thing as the minion problem. Like, what do they scale off of? And they don't.
Well, I've mentioned in the past an idea to make absorb scale off of resist.
I think that's honestly the
All
best.
right,
idea.
that was unfortunately my last run of the night. Only 6 away,
I feel like damage would be better. They
but
scale with damage.
thank you
Otherwise,
guys.
Why would a defensive thing scale with damage?
Reason being is because it'd be easier to Jade with in PvP if it's scaled with your resist, because then you're adding resistance on top of resistance, and there'd be no point of running damage.
Oh.
So
Alright.
in order to counterbalance it, it'd be better to.
Okay,
Well-
absorb scale off of damage then. Cool.
Well, it's been fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
So thanks for me.
and I'll
Next time we finish Mother Son.
Heck yeah. I'll be back on Tuesday. If any of you guys will be here, I don't know, but probably do museum and then this again. Yeah. Anyway,
It will most likely be here Tuesday.
sounds
Same.
good. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Night.
All right. Good night, everybody. I'm going to now be rating Wicked Mom. Yeah, thanks for joining. I'll be back on Tuesday again, same time, 6:15. And yeah,